is game 5. Reference all place.
Fourth caught this season. The Edmonton
Oilers face elimination.
And the Phoenix Coyotes come together. Let's pick this up
for the second time in 3 years.
Goaltender, on this by Tim Hortons, your official copy of the NHL. Elvis Gallop spent 50 years with Phoenix, winning 42 games in the 09-10 season. Now he'll try and lead his whole team for the 10th time in his career. And at the other end, 31-year-old Mike Smith got the hook last time these teams played. He was up 2 days on 9-7 New Year's Eve. Thomas Price came on and got the win in relief. Smith was in the nets on Wednesday in Calgary. Gave up 3 goals on 26 shots. 4 goals. 2 straight. 7 victories overall. And he's underway. 5 times he's Pacific Division
Coyotes victory.
The last time was New Year's Eve in Phoenix. Coyotes won that game by the series.
Is down 3 games to 1 for the Oilers. We're going to dig into game 5.
Before the official announcement of the U.S. Olympic team, Campbell wasn't named to that team, but did he ever have a nice little stretch there against the Oilers? Scored that dynamic overtime goal to win it 4-3. Starting lineups are brought to you by Boston.
Hockey headquarters.
We told you that Neil Yakubov is back in the lineup. And Yakubov for the Phenex. Alashevsky continues to be out with that sore ankle. But the concern is not that he will miss the Olympics. It looks like he's going to be back soon. We may see him on Sunday against Ashland. And nobody is happier than Luke Gasper, who is a healthy scratch tonight, because he's the guy who shot hit Alashevsky and knocked him out of the lineup. Yeah, I was a little worried that he might prevent him from going to the Olympics and representing the Czech Republic. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by the 2014 Ford Super Duty Republic. A word that he might prevent him from going to the Olympics and representing the Czech Republic. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by the 2014 Ford Super Duty. It's built Ford tough. Well, Kevin, for the Edmonton Oilers, it's pressure to the defense of the Phoenix Coyotes. They have a couple of guys back in there, notably Ekman Larson and Yandem, like to wind the puck up, get on them early. Pressure them to make sure you're making contact all game long. And for the Coyotes, it's a simple game. Dave Tippett right now hasn't been too happy with the way his team has played. Expects a lot from them, and tonight versus the Oilers doesn't open it up too much to play their game. Simple game. And they have struggled on the road. They have not won in their last game. Coyotes puck up because the Republic. It might prevent him from going to the Olympics and representing the Czech Republic. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by the 2014 Ford Super Duty. It's built Ford tough. Well, Kevin, for the Edmonton Oilers, representing the Czech Republic. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by the 2014 Ford Super Duty. It's built Ford tough. Well, Kevin, for the Edmonton Oilers, it's pressure to the defense of the Phoenix Coyotes. They have a couple of guys back in there, notably Ekman Larson and Yandem, like to wind the puck up, get on them early. Pressure them to make sure you're making contact all game long. And for the Coyotes, it's a simple game. Dave Tippett right now hasn't been too happy with the way his team has played. Expects a lot from them, and tonight versus the Oilers doesn't open it up too much to play their game. Simple game. And they have struggled on the road. They have not won in their last 5 games. They're both 3-2 away from Jobbing.com Arena. Mike Rivero out there with Shane Doan and David Moss. Ryan Smith is with Gagne and Parann on the second line for the Oilers. Parann with the puck now. He and Taylor Hall share the team lead in goals. They've each got 18. Smith will handle it behind the net. He'll give it to Michael Stone. Stone spins to get away from Smith. The Coyotes, second of a 3-game road trip against Western Canadian teams. They'll be in Vancouver on Sunday. The Oilers will be in Vancouver on Monday, and we'll have that game for you. Rob Klinkhammer crosses the line, centering pass, and Rizgalov got a piece of it. Out in front, he comes again, and Rizgalov stops Yandel. The puck still alive in the corner, and Keith Yandel picking up where he left off on New Year's Eve. Huge opportunity by Keith Yandel. Nobody takes him coming into the net, and great save by Rizgalov early on. 2 shots for the Coyotes. The Oilers looking for their first shot on Mike Smith.
Mike Smith.
The Oilers moving 2-1.
There's a whopping 38 shots.
The 98th time that they've been
Coyotes.com Arena.
They only got a 7-4 loss. And Jesse Owens for the Coyotes. Smith the save.
Smith the save.
Mark Cabello picks it up. He'll play it behind the net. Johansson going after it. Wants it to the veteran Morris, but they get it back again. This is Arnabella. The hero of game one. Get that puck to settle down. Yakupov settle down. Back up game 5. With the Stanley Cup now. Here's Mike Smith. Keeps it in. He'll let another shot go. Let another shot go. 2 by Petrie, 1 by Mauricio. 2 by Petrie, 1 by Parann. Break that chaos in the offensive zone. They did a good job getting in, tracking down pucks, Kevin, getting it back to the blue lines, and a couple of real decent shots with big Johansson in front. Beach. Adi Verbata gets handed to the edge. Jones, Hendricks, and Gordon on forward line right now. Gordon pulls in against David Schlemko. Stone keeps it in at a point. His shot doesn't make it through. Matt Hendricks here. He has not scored yet in the playoffs. Slap pass goes wide. Shane Dolan on the near side. The captain takes it from off. Around the boards for Romero. Romero being watched by Justin Schultz. Justin Schultz. Hopkins knocked down. Now everybody goes down. Round the near side for Romero. Back to the trail. 5 goals in the playoffs. And that will chase number 4 back into his own zone. He missed 13 games with a hip injury, including that game New Year's Eve. So both Earl and McCullough in the lineup. They weren't there the last time these teams met. Corey Potter to Jordan Eberle, the hottest Edmonton Oilers. 3 goals in his last 3 games. Paul. Belloff trying to keep it in. Oh, he saved the goal. What a save by Mike Smith. Inside the line. Korpikoski waits for a crowd, then lets it go. A rebound in front for Buckner, but he was taken nicely there by Sam Gagner. He gets up, goes behind the net. Belloff takes him into the boards. Buckner trying to fight him off. Then comes to Gagner. Sam Gagner. A pass to Hall. Taylor Hall. Back to Gagner. Sam Gagner. It's 2 years. Gobbles it up, and he'll hang on. And going on. Nice support down low by Sam Gagner there on that play to be an option to get the puck out of the defensive zone. Here's the chance by Yandel. Everybody puck watching the defensive zone, and Yandel just sneaks back door right into the slot area. Good shot away. Even a better save by Brizgalov. And here's the shooting gallery down the other end. As you talked about, Kevin, 1 shot leads to 2 shots, leads to 3 shots. I like the fact that the defensive Edmonton early on are getting pucks to big Mike Smith. And Jesse Owens are doing a good job of screening in front of those couple shots by Petrie and Mauricio stay up there. There's one after Parann. Smith plays it out after the 30-year anniversary of the Cup Championship from the 1984 Edmonton Oilers. On the near side, Sam Gagner. 3 points in his last 4 games, including an assist. Parann, pass to Gagner, just inside the blue line, hangs onto it, goes cross ice, and Smith shatters his stick. Ryan Smith looking back door. Wow. Stick let him down. Atmosphere here in Rexall Place for the 3rd year in Taylor Hall. 2 Stanley Cup finalists. Good vision by Gagner. Gets his head up after he gets his puck stick jump to the hole. And at the absolute most inopportune time when the stick blows up. At the end, long shot. And you will make the save, get the whistle, and give us a chance to step up. We'll be back to the Stanley Cup playoffs. First round. Time to give us a chance to step up. We'll be back to Rexall Place.
Time to play Safeway's $1 million score and win. If any Oilers player scores 5 goals in tonight's game, Mike Milesevich of Edmonton could win $1 million. Shop it by the Safeway. You could be our next lucky winner right here on Sportsnet.
Right here, Gene, there's 13:53 to go in the first period.
Adrenaline here at Rexall.
The Oilers trying to defeat the Phenex Coyotes
in 9 years.
Last time they were here, it was December 3rd.
The Oilers fans have been
won that game by the score of 6
in the 2006 Cup Final.
Teacher. After battle watching. Really, I think nobody's happy with Dean Verbata, but Martin Hansel is back in the lineup. Those guys are the Phenex Twins. They play very well together. Dean Verbata's been a stretch for him offensively, especially scoring goals, trying to get back to the scoring ways. Mike Smith takes a stop. Hendricks gets it back to Gordon. He lets another shot go. There's a chance for Jones. For Hendricks, as that line created chaos, and now Hendricks with a hit on Tim Kennedy. And Hendricks is going to head to the penalty
Three
box.
times of
Phoenix Coyotes will get the first power play of this game.
He's going to get the move here, it looks like. No, he's going back to the penalty box. Here's a good chance on the shot for Hendricks. Just gets it out. It's a wide-angle shot by Gordon. And Ryan...
Another shot go. There's a chance for Jones. Another chance.
and another chance. Penalty coming up.
As that line created chaos.
Oh,
and now
Hendricks
Hendricks with a
another
hit
shot.
on Tim Kennedy.
And
Matt Hendricks is going to hit the
Parann will have the response.
Phoenix Coyotes will get the first power play of this game.
He's going to get the move here, it looks like. No, he's going back to the penalty box. Here's a good chance on the shot for Hendricks. Just gets it out. It's a wide-angle shot by Gordon. And Ryan Jones in front has one opportunity. Hendricks has a second opportunity. And there's the finish by Hendricks. And because the left elbow that he throws out at the end of it, and he just grazes Kennedy. He's lucky he didn't see the big penalty shot as awarded to.
Penalty shot is awarded to Edmonton, number 93, number 38, 2 minutes of penalty.
Gets him a little bit, puts it out. It's a wide-angle shot by Gordon. And Ryan Jones for Hendricks just gets it out. It's a wide-angle shot by
The shot. And a penalty
Ryan
shot.
Jones in front has one. Him a little bit more heavy as we continue with that one. In game 5.
Here is David Parann. Parann shoots. Oh! Mike Smith. Absolutely.
Matt Hendricks is going to head to the penalty
Mike
box.
Smith. The saves game 5. And the game's still scoreless.
And the Phoenix Coyotes will get the first ball back to penalty box.
Gordon at the finish, but Jones in front has one opportunity. Hendricks has a second opportunity, and there's the finish by Hendricks. And because of the left elbow that he throws out at the end of it, and he just grazes Kennedy. He's lucky he didn't catch him a little bit more hefty with that one on first look. It looked like it grazes the helmet, or else that would have been a nasty hit. But for Hendricks, he plays a nasty game, no question about it. This is why the Edmonton Oilers wanted to go out and get him. He's a physical guy. He does the little things well, good penalty killer, and he's not afraid to throw a mean hit from time to time, something the Oilers need to have a little bit more of.
Phoenix Coyotes, the 9th best power play in the league, goes to work.
Last
0 for 2 in Calgary, though, on Wednesday. They
in
scored 3 times and 11 chances
against
against the Oilers this season.
the Columbus Blue Jackets
Ekman Larson
last year.
at the point. That shot by Ekman Larson was intercepted by Petrie and sent down the ice. The Oilers 17th when it comes to killing penalties in the NHL. Ferentz and Potter, along with Arcabello and Smith. As Shane Doan goes cross ice, Antoine Vermette drops it back. Vermette to the point to Yandel. Yandel will give it to Bodker. Carl Bodker to Ekman Larson with a wrist shot through traffic. There's Gulloff.
Traffic.
Save, and he'll hang on.
Good puck moving here by Phenex on this power play, and they've had good success. As of late, they have had a 7-game. Sorry, 8-game streak where they had a power play going. Each of those 8 games, they went 0 for 2 against Calgary last game, but they've been red hot on the power play and consistent. You can see why. A couple of good passes, get the shot through a lot of traffic, and a good save by Brizgalov. Not only to stop that first one, but to not allow it to drop down with a couple big bodies in front.
And it was Ekman Larson and
Ekman
Yandel
Larson who had
here that did a lot of damage
hat-trick
in that 6-2 game. Yandel with the puck now. Yandel goes down low. Right
Phenex.
on the Bodker checked it back.
What a shot.
By Brizgalov.
He's going to haunt him in the streams tonight.
Bodker's got it again. Dale Bodker. Shane Doan behind the net, being watched by Potter, gets it to Oliver Ekman Larson. Larson comes to the near side for Keith Yandel. Yandel drops it down low for Bodker. Bodker goes cross ice, trying to go back door to Ekman Larson. His shot goes wide. Yandel has to race over, and he can't get to it. 8 power play goals, as Louis mentioned, in the last 9 games for the Phoenix Coyotes. Shane Doan throws it towards the net. That one dribbles wide. It's Allen with providing a big target in front. Stone with it now. He'll bounce it back to Yandel at the point. Yandel with a wrist shot through traffic, and that's blocked up there by Corey Potter. The Oilers shot through traffic.
Shot.
Brizgalov.
It is saved for Brizgalov. Hang
Good
on.
puck moving here by Phenex on this power play, and they've had good success. As of late, Kevin, they had a 7-game streak. Sorry, 8-game streak when they had a power play going. Each of those 8 games, they went 0 for 2 against Calgary last game, but they've been red hot on the power play and consistent. You can see why. A couple of good passes, getting shot through a lot of traffic, and a good save by Brizgalov. Not only to stop that first one, but to not allow it to drop down with a couple big bodies in front. And it was Ekman with a wrist shot. Will cover up. And a crowd draw. As Dolan looking for the rebound. Potter wanted to prevent number 19 from getting anywhere near his goal. Additional shift by Corey Potter. First separation in the corner with a big hit to lodge the puck loose, and then protecting Brizgalov after this puck gets to the net. He gets in there and just blocks everybody out, along with Andrew Ferentz. Gets in Shane Doan's grill, a big customer, and Martin Hanzo in there as well, too. Two big guys that are going to drive to the front of the net each and every time they're on the ice in the power play for Dave Tippett. And that's the way they want to play, and good job by the defense there to block them out. 3 shots for the Coyotes so far.
For the Coyotes.
15 seconds to go to the power play. An opportunity for Game 5. Brizgalov slid over and made the save. A couple of real good chances in this power play. Stone throws it towards the net. That one goes wide. Schlemko keeps it in. The penalty is almost over to Matt Hendricks. Verbata in the corner. Penalty is over. Hendricks and Brizgalov has seen a penalty. Cover up. 4-second penalty. As Dolan looked for the
Corey Potter is covered up.
for the rebound. Potter wanted to prevent number 19 from getting anywhere near. As Dolan looked for the rebound, Potter wanted to prevent number 19 from getting anywhere near his goal. Additional shift by Potter wanted to prevent number 19 from getting anywhere near his goal.
More shot attempts for Carolina. That's kind of a commonplace when you're playing the Hurricanes.
Now they have the X33, 32.
Gets to the net, getting anywhere near his goal. Additional shift by
And digs in on this one against McDowell. Can't help
the penalty box. And the Oilers get the penalty first power play of this hockey game. John sends that puck around the boards. Smith with it now. The Coyotes generated 4 shots on that power play. They have 8 shots total. The Oilers 7. Let's go. Vermette giving it to him. It's Ferentz. That's the turnover. Corey Kopakowski. Then gave it away to Ferentz. But it's kept in by McCullough. Now Arvado bounces it up to center. Taylor Hall. Everly's coming across the line, but they're offside. Hall and Everly's coming across the line, but they're offside.
This perfectly preserved uniform came to us via a generous donation from our champion's wife.
Pick your winners today with Tools.
Dallas Eakins would like to see his team turn things around, not just home, just not on the road, everywhere, Lou. They've lost 5 straight. Yeah, no question about it. Pretty critical yesterday and today, and wants to see more from the team. And, you know, in a situation they're playing the Phoenix Coyotes, Kevin, a team that's vying to try and get into the top 8 in the Western Conference. They're back 6 points. They have 3 games in hand. But these are crucial games for Phoenix in a situation where Edmonton can elevate their game, their compete level, and make it very difficult for other teams. The shot just goes wide on the far post. 9th in the West for the Phoenix Coyotes. Louis, you mentioned it before we started. They've got to catch Dallas as well before they go after Minnesota. Yeah, it's going to be a grind. No question about it. This is the time for Dave Tippett and the Phoenix Coyotes. They cannot allow too much of a separation to happen right now in the standings. Smith juggled it, and coming to get it was Chipchura. Chipchura flips it down the ice with 20 seconds. And Brizgalov has seen enough. He will cover up. And a crowd applause. There's going to be a reaction to the players on the ice. Number 19 from getting anywhere near his goal.
Again, we've said this entire 2 games in now 1 period. It hasn't been an overly rough Stanley Cup final. There hasn't been a lot of this with action after a big hit. But the one thing that Hannafin, watch his reaction to the speed of Miller. Didn't maybe think that he was going to be able to get that lane. I thought Miller could have cut right across and really created some havoc. A step up there by Walker. Down goes down. You know, the fans are always going to react to it, but this has not been a big common theme after a whistle. It's been whistle to whistle, keep your nose down, and you're a really important defensive zone face-off if you
elevate their game to compete level, and they mentioned it before, they could be going out, and they've got to catch Dallas as well before they go out to Minnesota. And Couture knocked down Nugent Hopkins, and that trip means the Oilers, when we come back, we'll have a power play.
No score. It's Game 5.
The Goals for Heroes program is proudly sponsored by Synovus. For every Oilers goal this season, Synovus will donate $400 to Valor Place Military Family Support House. To date, the Oilers have scored 142 goals for a total of $52,800.
Well, Kevin Westlock, Alberta native, Cal Couture is going to head to the box. Wasn't too happy with the call, and if you watch here, he kind of swings the stick, and Nugent Hopkins falls on his own. So as that stick is going forward, from the referee's perspective, he obviously thought he ducked the stick in there, but he didn't. And I got to side with him. That was a bad call. The Oilers were 0 for 4 on the power play against Vancouver on Tuesday. They have the 4th most power play goals at home in the NHL. 21 of their 32 with a man advantage have come right here at the front way. Nugent Hopkins to Hall. Wait to Eberle. Back to Hall. Nugent Hopkins is in front. Hall plays it back to the point. Justin Schultz is there. Schultz to Smith. Quickly to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins sets up, gives it to Hall. Hall being watched there by Albert. Hall to Nugent Hopkins. Now to Eberle. Fires a shot that is blocked by McCullough. Eberle gets it back again for Hall. Plays it around the other side. Justin Schultz, though, was on the near side. And the Oilers will have to regroup. Penalty killers for the Coyotes change. They are 16th best on the road in the NHL, but penalty killing has been a problem for the Phoenix Coyotes. They are ranked 26th in the league in a race. Penalty down to 20 seconds.
What a save by Mike Smith! That's his 7th save of the game!
Number 19 from getting anywhere near his goal.
And their families this season alone. The initial raised over $1.1 million. Making it a preeminent cancer fundraising initiative.
Number 19 from getting anywhere near his goal. Good distance hit by Corey Potter. First separation in the corner with a big hit to launch the puck loose, and then protecting Chris Goloff after this puck gets to the net. Saw the speed of Nugent Hopkins there as well. Two guys that can really fly and get going, and Nugent Hopkins has to use his body to separate him from the puck to fit on the here in defensive play. Alice Aikens told us with Yakubov to be on the fourth line, but would get power play time, and he's got it right now. He's got the puck centering pass for the crease, taking on as many white shirts as he can find. I've seen this. We haven't seen a whole lot of this from Edmonton, crashing the blue paint, so to speak, and staying in there in the battle. And Joensuu, you know, a guy that's been in and out of the lineup this year with injuries, also with healthy scratches, wants to stay in the lineup, so he drives the blue paint. I like the battle level here of Nail Yakupov. He beats Schlemko to this puck, outworks him with the stick and gets it to Joensuu heading to the net, and then stay in the battle. Outworks him with the stick and gets it to Joensuu. That blue paint. Yakupov and Joensuu with Justin Schultz, the only defenseman, with 33 seconds of power play time remaining. Gagne gets tossed. Parann will step in against Jeff Halpern. And you and Jeff Halpern go back to your junior B days. Both of us played in Stratford for the Coyotes. On with Ricky Moore play time, and he's got it right now. He's got it here.
Oh, what a save!
Pushing and shoving.
A tremendous save! Mike Smith!
We haven't seen a whole lot of this in Edmonton. Crashing the blue paint, so to speak, and staying in there in the battle.
You can take it off because they deem to have under control. They're just double-checking to make sure Chris McCauley is going to have a top. Crashing the blue paint. I thought he was going to make the announcement, so maybe that not done yet. Maybe they're having a second
issue with injuries, also with Matthew Scratches, has to stay in the line.
Rudy has to go back.
Video review at 19.
Maybe they're having a second of
Jeff Halpern played. You know, we were kind of talking about the toss. Parann will step in against Jeff Halpern. And you and Jeff Halpern go back to your junior B days. Let's play the scrap for the Coyotes. The psyche there, it was you were expected to win. You were a Pelican, you were expected to win, and that was what made the franchise so great back then. Justin Schultz. Mission not forgotten yet. He'll leave it there for Yakubov. It's a Phenex Parann. Like a stick by the pass, but look at Parann. Get the puck back again for Johansson. He'll play it back to the point, kept in by Schultz. Penalty is over. Teams and even straight pointers on the move. An opportunity. Yakubov couldn't get that puck to settle down. Jim Sherrod out of the penalty box. Given a bump there by Johansson at the end of the shift. So a different look on that power play second unit. Different look, but same results again for Edmonton. There was 3 different times in that power play they could have one-timed the puck to the net. They elected to stop it first and didn't get any shot through because of the good defending by the Phenex Coyotes. This is a good shot blocking team, Phenex. On the power play, there has to be more of a desire to one-time a puck on net, get it away quickly. There wasn't. 0 for 1. 2 shots generated, but you're right, Louis. We saw more 5-on-5, and we saw Richmond and Petrie fired shots from the point. They fired 3 in one sequence. It's a mentality. You have to be thinking shot before the puck comes in. And I think that oftentimes at Edmonton, they're looking for the next pass instead of looking to shoot the puck. In this league today, the goaltenders, the defenders, too good at seeing the puck and stopping it. And we talked about Halpern a little bit here. The ex-Stratford Culloden and here just collides in the blue paint with Sam Gagner as he catches him with his head down a little bit. And it wasn't a cross check, it was more of a double-fisted, I don't know what you call that, praying mantis or something. Double-fisted process. That's some aggressive penalty call. Jeff Halpern, 37 years old, an undrafted free agent. Oftentimes at Edmonton, they're looking for the next pass instead of looking to shoot the puck.
Penalty coming up here on the Oilers. That new rule, you cannot cover the puck with your hand on the ice anymore. You can bat it, but you cannot cover it. And you can see the confusion. Cover it, as he does right there, and shoot it along. Correct call. New rule. We've seen it called several times in this first week. Guys have to clue in to the changes year over year.
Saw that goal made last night. Vancouver Calgary game.
Year over year.
You're right, it has been.
And it's the same rule.
Early drafted free agent. Stratford Culloden and here. In this league, they're looking for the next pass instead of looking to shoot the puck. In this league today, the goaltenders, the defenders.
He scores. That's his 6th goal of the playoffs. Tying over Edmund Larson this year.
And seeing the puck and stopping it. And we talked about Halpern a little bit here. The ex-Stratford Culloden and here just collides in the blue paint with Sam Gagner as he catches him with his head down a little bit. And it wasn't a cross up, it was more of a double-fisted, I don't know what you call that, praying mantis or something. I don't know what you call that, praying mantis or something. Puts him down in the process. That's an aggressive penalty call. Jeff Halpern, 37 years old, an undrafted free agent. There's a long shot.
Our number 22.
6.5 minutes to go as Kennedy delivers to Hansel. Throws it toward the net with Parann going to the front. He was checked by Justin Schultz. The puck's still alive for Schlemko. Hansel back to the point. Kennedy covering. Hansel shot going back. Doesn't make it through. And look at Everly flying the zone. The pass gets by him. Jordan Everly. One off the team lead. He's got 17. And as Gene mentioned off the top of the show, 3 in his last 3. Talked about Smith's ability to play the top of the defensive, the Coyotes have to go back and find his little chips into the work effectively in that regard.
Bodker shot finds the net. Mikhail Bodker, his 15th goal of the
He can't get to it, but the defensive, the Coyotes have to go back and turn, find. Not only he can't get to it, but the defensive, the Coyotes have to go back and turn, find it. So little chips into the corner on the forecheck will work effectively in that regard.
But their shot lead 1-0 in game 5.
Go back. Got good strike. And at the point, flips it in, and now he will take off. And Mike Ribeiro's line steps over. That includes Doan and Bodker.
The crowd quieted here at Rexall.
Checked in the line by Schlemko. Ribeiro sweeps it around the boards, racing after it is Doan, gets cut off by Petrie, but does manage to get it to Ribeiro, who gets it back to the point. Schlemko to the middle, picked off there by Arcabello. Ribeiro just chucks it back in. Marishan against Doan. Gets it to Petrie. Petrie under pressure from Bodker and Doan. Bodker with it now. Behind the net, Arcabello back in there helping out. The puck still alive. To the corner it goes. And now an opportunity for Nail Yakupov to reset. Circles the net and buys himself some real estate. Johansson will give it right back. Lays it to the middle. Gordon snaps a shot. Smith the save. Takes a look at Gordon coming down. Decides to hang on to it. And now Matt Hendricks drops the glove.
Drops the glove, and it's 1-0
when we come back.
in game 5.
Well, Ben, it looks like Matt Hendricks is going to pick up the extra penalty here as he went into the scrum and engaged with Carlton. It looked like they were going to drop the gloves and go. But for whatever reason, Hendricks looks like he does have the extra. And after this shot by Gordon gets through, Smith covers it up. And we've seen the Oilers kind of converge into the blue paint a little bit. You look at Chip Chura, his gloves are off pretty quickly there. So I don't see where the extra one is there. And it might be from not breaking up right away by Hendricks. But they did both kind of dissolve the situation and break up. So I'm not too sure why the extra penalty would be there on the clock. But it will be an extra penalty to Hendricks, and it was a makeup one for that phantom trip we saw on Chip Chura.
So it is the second power play for the Phoenix Coyotes. It comes with 4:07 to go in the first period. Phoenix generated 4 shots on their last man advantage. 3 for 12 now in the season series against the Oilers.
For the Coyotes.
Boyd Gordon.
Again, 5.
Martin
Hunt. The Coyotes lead the series
3-1 in faceoffs. He hits another one. Marisha can't get it by. Lays it to the middle. Gordon snaps the shot.
Snaps the shot. Oh, and we got a penalty.
Coming down.
Coming up.
To hang on.
Against Phenex. You cannot cover the puck with your hand on the ice anymore. You can bat it, but you cannot cover it. And you can see the confusion. Ladislav Smith doesn't even know that he broke the new rule. This is absolutely the correct call.
But for whatever reason, like he does have the extra. And after this shot by Gordon gets through, Smith covers it up. And we see the Oilers kind of converge into the blue paint a little bit. You look at Chip Chura, his gloves are off pretty quickly there. So I don't see where the extra one is there. It changes year over year. Smith covers it up. And we've seen the Oilers kind of converge into the blue paint a little bit. You look at Chip Chura, his gloves are off pretty quickly there. So I don't see where the extra one is there. It might be from not breaking up. It up. We've seen the Oilers kind of converge into the blue paint a little bit.
You look at called several times in this first week.
He flipped it into his own penalty. Can't get it by bench.
2 minutes behind safety. Time to go 15 minutes and 53 seconds. The Oilers penalty. The number.
He got 8 goals.
53. 2 minutes behind safety.
But the one thing he hasn't done in 8 games against the Phoenix Coyotes is get a point.
2 minutes.
For number 27. Hanzo gets thrown out. Rivera will step in.
So it was a double minor roughing penalty for Matt Hendricks.
Yandel back into his own zone. He and Ekman Larson are on the blue line. Rivera along with Hanzo and Verbata. Flipped in by Mike Rivera. Picked up there by Marishan and Pete.
Schultz. Schultz shoots. Oh, what a save. The scoring here has having a period. 12 saves in the game.
So we saw a long stretch pass by Edmonton right before
he got her back, so he knows he can press him.
So we saw a long stretch pass by Edmonton.
And he gets right up against him. He doesn't pull back.
And his first in his last 8 games opens the scoring here. It's 1-0 Phenex.
Stoll will center this.
So we saw a long stretch pass
Play
by
now for the Kings, the former Oilers.
Edmonton right season. The net. McHale.
20 points last year in the playoffs. Co-leader along with his usual line mate, Andrei Kopitar. There's one top off the boards up and
Gandil back into his own zone. He and Ekman Larson on the blue line. Richard and Petrie, Gordon and Nugent Hopkins. Gordon with an opportunity to get it down the ice, and he splits the defense and sends it deep. Ooh, that was right on the line. That was good footwork right there. And Mike Smith, you have to go on that battle with the Blades. I tell you what, all that gear that was tiptoe on the line. Romero with it now. From the next pass, instead of looking to shoot forward. In this league today, the goaltenders, the defenders, too good at seeing the puck and stopping it. And we talked about Halpern a little bit here. The ex-Stratford Culloden, and here watch this, just collides in the blue paint with Sam Gagner as he catches him with his head down a little bit. And it wasn't a cross, it was more of a double-fisted, I don't know what you call that, Frank Mantis or something. Puts him down in the process. Cross, like it was more of a, with his head down a little bit. And it wasn't a cross, like it was more of a, we have a double down a little bit.
Just change coming up.
And in the blue paint with Sam Gagner as he catches him with his head down a little bit. And it wasn't a cross, like it was more of Gagner as he catches him with his head down a little bit. And it wasn't a cross, like it was more of a double-fisted, I don't know what you call that.
Oh, you mentioned David Parann in Game 4. He had scored two nights ago.
Frank Mantis or something. Puts him down in the process. That's some aggressiveness or something. Absolutely aggressive. Puts him down in the process. That's some aggressiveness or something. Puts him down in the process.
We've got another face-off. 1-0 Coyotes lead.
Romero. There by Arcavelli. The Coyotes having trouble gaining the zone. Hamilton shoots it in. It's gone. Pushes it into the corner for Petrie. Intercepted by Hansel. Back to Verbata. At the point is Yandel. Yandel to Verbata. Verbata with a wrist shot through traffic. Deflected wide. Hansel behind the net to Romero in the corner. Mike Romero gets it to Hansel. Right on his foot. Verbata scores. Hansel and Verbata click. The point is Yandel. Yandel intercepted by Hansel. Back to Verbata. At the point is Yandel. Yandel to Verbata. Verbata with a wrist shot through traffic. Romero only 2 in his last 2. He came into the game without a goal in. Let's get it away right there in the slot. And themselves down. Verbata this morning was frustrated. Wanted to get off the first helper of the year. Vermette shot. A good block there. Turned in by Corey Potter. Had a strong first period. Playing with Anton Belov. Belov on that left side. He feels more comfortable there. So Corey Potter says, whatever it takes. Potter takes a hit from Klinkhammer as he sends a slow shot into Smith. 14 shots for the Coyotes. 11 for the Oilers. Klinkhammer to Halpern. Halpern throws it out in front for Moss. Stepping into a shot and scoring is the Albertine shot into Smith. Eric Morris in his 6th. And Lou, you and I had this conversation on the ride to the rink, and a guy like Derek Morris in his 16th year just does enough and does things well to keep himself in the league.
No question about it. A valuable defenseman. I think for a few years there, people expected more from Derek Morris because he has the big shot, he can skate, he's strong, he's a powerful guy, but he just does what he needs to do. He's one of those consistent guys back there. He's a good veteran leader. He has young guys like Ekman Larson and Yandel back there now to do most of the offensive stuff. And he is one of those good shutdown guys you like to have in your top 4.
He saw that cut on his face, stitches. He got that in practice yesterday, and he was telling us this morning it was an optional. He got cut in optional practice in his 16th year.
Insult to injury.
Paul Hall back to the point. Petrie waiting for it there, throws it towards the net. Opportunity for Hall. He was knocked down, and a penalty coming. And it will be a hooking call with 35.1 seconds to go in the period as Hall gets up slowly.
If you drive on snow and ice, you don't want all-season tires. You want all-weather tires. Get Nokian's most advanced all-weather tire, the WRG3 at Cal Tire.
Well, Kevin, a good drive here. And a nice little shot through, and more importantly, it gets through for Jeff Petrie. Not a bullet, but he gets it down into the danger zone. And Taylor Hall fighting his way to the front of the net. Might get a piece of it en route there with the backhand. He tries to follow up on the rebound, but gets taken down by Michael Stone. And as a result, the Oilers will go back on the power play. So more of that needed by Edmonton. The fact that shot got through number one, and there was a presence in front.
Great opportunity here as time winds down in the first period. Parann. Gagne. Look at Yoansu in front as Schultz walks the line and gives it to Parann. Right out in front, tipped by Gagne, and Yoansu goes just wide.
Not score.
14 seconds to go in the period. Schultz again at the blue line. Here comes a one-timer from Yakupov. Smith the save. And Yoansu looking for a rebound.
Boy, nice little redirect, too, by Sam Gagne to set this all up. And then afterwards, what we talked about, the one-time getting to the net. But here's a nice play by Parann. Good, hard, crisp pass right on the tape of Gagne. He's allowed to redirect that one towards the net. And this one just sits there afterwards. Looks like Yoansu could just jam it home, but can't get the stick through to put it by Mike Smith. And a good scramble by Smith here. Watch him kind of extend with the blocker and the stick to stay in the battle. And he denies. Gets a little help from his defenseman, but denies the big man in front.
Yoansu with 2 goals on the season. Derek Morris backhands it. Yakupov, good job to keep it in. Gets it to Schultz, looking for that last shot. Goes wide. Gagne trying to get it in front for Gordon. He's banging away at it at the horn. And the Oilers will have power play time when the second period resumes. They'll have a $1.24. But Jeff Merrick, a lot of guys from the Phoenix Coyotes getting healthy in that first period and ending droughts.
Yes, indeed. Bodker gets off the schneid, as they said. He got the party started at Brady and Verbata and Derek Morris. There we are, 3-0 after 20 minutes of play. Not a whole lot going right for the Oilers in that frame, but not a whole lot going right for Matt Hendricks. We'll tell the tale of 20 minutes of 23. Also break down the Bodker and Verbata goals. Stay tuned. Nick Kyprios and Brian Lawton in the first intermission.
Well, the first period scoring summary is brought to you by Worley Parsons Court. So we have a nice look at downtown and City Hall on the part of the Alberta Capital, Worley Parsons Court. Visit WorleyParsons.com/careers to find your place on our team. Well, you see which team had their way in the first period of play, despite the fact I didn't realize that till right now. The Oilers had 15 shots. So Mike Smith, the Olympic-bound goaltender, did his job. Interesting storyline coming into tonight. February 21st is when Ryan Smith will turn 38. Shane Doan is 8 months younger than Ryan Smith. These two go way back, shall we say, when it comes to their careers. First met when they were playing Pee-wee hockey in southern Alberta. And then there's Ryan Moose Jaw. Of course, Shane played in the Western Hockey League with Kamloops, and the two of them graduated from that to represent Canada on a number of different occasions, many of them with all kinds of success. Two happy young men, one not so happy right now, and they live across from each other in the summer, Shuswap Lake. And even Ryan Smith, when Shane Doan was debating whether he might leave the Phoenix Coyotes organization because things were rocky, made a phone call to his neighbor across the lake to try and convince him to become an Edmonton Oiler. And for the Oiler fans that aren't happy with that first period of play, think of Shane and don't stop believing that the Oilers might be able to mount a comeback.
Well, you turn them over here with the Oilers, Louis and Gene, and you stop them from scoring points against you. 30-63 in the number of games he's played against the Oilers, and he's come up with 57 points. And Louis, you pointed out that 9 different guys have points for the Phoenix Coyotes in that first period, spreading the scoring around.
They spread it the wealth throughout the 3 goals. 3 different players on each of them registered points, and for the Coyotes with a 3-0 lead into the second period. As you heard Gene talk about, 15 shots for the Edmonton Oilers in that first period.
That's a plus. That's a good sign that they came out and shot pucks early on. Speaking of shooting pucks, the Oilers on the power play for the next 43 seconds. We saw Mike Smith send that one sailing into the seats. Yeah, he could really play the puck. And that's, it's impressive how accurate he can be. He's like a third defenseman back. Sailing into the seats. Yeah, he could really play the puck. And that's, it's impressive how accurate he can into the seats. Yeah, he could really play the puck. And that's, it's impressive how accurate he can be. He's like a third defenseman back. And does a good job here just clearing it. It goes over. And he is going to get a penalty for the game. Did that go over the glass? I thought that went into just the bench. Yeah, but I guess it did go up over top of the glass. So you're right. That's how effective he can be at playing it. A little too good. The Oilers 5-on-3. Great opportunity for 43 seconds. That's how much time Michael Stone has left. He took a hooking penalty at the end of the first period. The Oilers have Ryan Nugent-Hopkins out there to take the draw against Halpern. From the draw, it comes to Oliver Ekman-Larsson. He takes his time and sends it down the ice. Justin Schultz, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Jordan Eberle, Taylor Hall, and Ryan Smith. Eberle brings it in. He'll dish off to Smith. Smith drops back for Nugent-Hopkins, goes cross ice for Hall. Hall waits, delays to Schultz. He goes back again to Taylor Hall. Hall moving in. Nugent-Hopkins with it now. Ryan Smith is in front. This is Schultz. Down low for Eberle. Eberle back to Schultz. Over to Hall. One-time blast and a pad save by Mike Smith. 5 seconds of 5-on-3 remaining. Schultz at the point. Gives it to Eberle. Eberle takes a look. Here's another shot by Hall. Goes up high and out of play just as Stone steps out of the penalty box. So a minute and 13 of 5-on-4 now for the Oilers.
Well, 43 seconds, they have two real good looks there, and they're obviously looking for the big one-time shot. Taylor Hall,
penalty box, so a minute and 13 of 5-on-4 now for the Oilers.
Well, 43 seconds, they have two real good looks there, and they're obviously looking for the big one-time shot. Taylor Hall playing the point here in this 5-on-3. Good puck recovery by Ryan Smith. Little pass down low, back up high, and it's two one-timers by Taylor Hall. That one there just obviously doesn't playing the point here in this 5-on-3. Good puck recovery by Ryan Smith. Little pass down low, back up high. And it's two one-timers by Taylor Hall. That one there just obviously doesn't get a hold of it. It looks like it catches the helmet of Mike Smith as it goes by. Up off, pass down low, back up top.
Power play goals on the season. He will take his
dive here for the Oilers.
Taylor Hall with 4 power play goals on the season. He will sit down.
2 power play goals in the playoffs.
Join Gagne, Parann, and Schultz. So Schultz stays out there. Parann leads everybody in power play goals. He's got 7 of them. And they've got a minute 12 to work with. Scramble draw. Yakupov back to Schultz and back to Yakupov. He's got 4 power play goals. Nail Yakupov being watched by Schlemko. Back to Gagne. Cross ice for Parann. At the point. Gives it to Eberle. Eberle takes it in. Here's a time to tie this game. Goes up. What a save! Out of play just as Stone steps out of the penalty box. So a minute and 13 of 5-on-4 now for the Oilers.
43 seconds, they have two real good looks there. They're obviously looking for the big one-time shot. Taylor Hall playing the point here in this 5-on-3. Good puck recovery by Ryan Smith. Little pass down low, back up high. And it's two one-timers by Taylor Hall. That one there just obviously doesn't get a hold of it. It looks like it catches the helmet of Mike Smith as it goes by up off the glass and then over top. That's why the face-off will stay from the side here for the Oilers.
Taylor Hall with 4 power play goals on the season. He will sit down. Nail Yakupov and Jesse Johansson. Join Gagne, Parann, and Schultz. So Schultz stays out there. Parann leads everybody in power play goals. He's got 7 of them. And they've got a minute 12 to work with. Scramble draw. Yakupov back to Schultz and back to Yakupov. He's got 4 power play goals. Nail Yakupov, Gagne, Parann, and Schultz. So Schultz stays out there. Parann leads everybody in power play goals. He's got 7 of them. And they've got a minute 12 to work with. Scramble draw. Yakupov back to Schultz and back to Yakupov. He's got 4 power play goals. Nail Yakupov being what happens. Schultz changes back into his own zone. Goes up high, out of the play just as Stone steps out of the penalty box. So a minute and 13 of 5-on-4 now for the Oilers.
43 seconds left in the 5-on-3.
And they're obviously looking for the big one-time shot. Taylor Hall playing the point here in this 5-on-3. Good puck recovery by Ryan Smith. Little pass down low, back up high. And it's 2 one-timers by Taylor Hall. That one there just obviously doesn't get a hold of it. It looks like it catches the helmet of Mike Smith as it goes by up off the glass and then over top. That's why the face-off mistake inside here for the Oilers.
Taylor Hall with 4 power play goals on the season. He will sit down. Dale Yak, and they've got a minute 12 to work. Bada are up front with the veteran. And it's Hanzo and Bada are up front with the veteran. And it is Derek Morris. He put it off the stick of Justin Schultz and into the seats.
And he will and makes the save.
By Edmonton in the offensive zone. That shot, as he mentioned by David Parann, kind of zips it through all the traffic. Then Yakupov was looking for the one-timer on the other side. He didn't really register the shot at miss. And it goes around the boards and gets out of the zone. So if you're the forward in that one-time position here, the guy typically is going to step over to the boards and keep that puck in the zone. But it was a zipper. Yakupov around. So no fault to Yakupov, but he just lost sight of it for that millisecond. That's all it took to get down right there.
Yakupov played just over 4 minutes late. He put it off the stick.
Parann off the stick. He scores! David Parann has turned all the playoffs. Ties the game at 1.
On that shot, as you mentioned by David Parann, kind of zips it through all the traffic. There Yakupov was looking for one-timer on the other side. He didn't really register the shot at miss. And it goes around, as you mentioned by David Parann, kind of zips it through all the traffic. There Yakupov was looking for the one-timer on the other side. He didn't really register the shot at miss. And it goes around the boards and gets out of the zone. So if you're the forward in that one-time position here, the guy typically is going to step over to the boards and keep that puck in the zone, but it was a zipper. That's about around. So no, you're the forward in that one-time position here. The guy typically is going to step over to the boards.
1 second, David Parann ties the game at 1.
That's about around. So no fault to Yakupov. That's all it took to get down right there.
Yakupov played just over 4 minutes late.
23 seconds left to go. Schultz has stayed up there the whole time. Everton down low. It's set out. Oliver Edmund Larson. Nobody was really at it. As a result, goes to an open wing and is picked up there by David Moss. Against goal. Petrie goes down. Moss has the puck. Moss got Rivera in front. He tips it up there by David Moss. Moss chips it by Marincin. Petrie against goal. Petrie goes down. Moss has the puck. Moss goes to Petrie. He tips it home.
He tips it home. Jeff Petrie. His third goal in the playoffs as well. 2-1 Oilers lead. With a point in game 5. In the net and that one out of the air
to make it a 4-0 game.
And just another puck battle lost down low. It's Jeff Petrie who gets to this puck first, but he loses a wheel as he goes in. So just trying to protect, goes down, and it's 2-on-1. David Moss is there, picks up the puck relatively easily. And nice hand out here by Mike Rivera as he flies into the zone. This is a waist-high wristful pass. Or maybe not quite that high. It actually went off the blocker of his dog. Didn't realize it. Off the blocker first, up off the stick body of Rivera. And right off the block.
Junior pass.
2-1 lead. The Oilers.
Players at 2 points. Up off the defense. To make it 4-0.
And now
realize it off the block.
we have
up off the stick body of
2 multi-point games.
And right off the sticks. A good hand that worked off the stick body of Ribeiro.
And Parann with the assist.
A good hand that coordination there by to make it 4-0. But blocker first. Another 2 different break hitters, so 4 goals. Everybody. The Phoenix Coyotes actually a team that didn't score twice in Calgary. They're losing their 5th straight on the road. Villa. Has a man in the corner. Puck is still alive. Butker gets knocked down by Villa for the Oilers able to get it out. Johansson losing that puck battle with Stone, and then Michael Stone chased back into his own zone. Arcabello watching him. Gave it away. Yakubov put it down to Petrie. Petrie, wrist shot. Hit Johansson. He gets a shot that goes just by. Arcabello trying to center it. Arcabello. Yakubov. Arcabello. Throws it towards the net. Tipped by Petrie. And Smith makes the save.
This is a replica of the remote that inspired the big win. The original was tragically lost in a couch.
Pick your winners today with Tools.
Well, Kevin, this is all set up by a good forecheck. We talked about one of the keys for Edmonton, pressuring the defense of Phenex. They do just that. As Arcabello gets in aggressively, the turnover results in a couple really high-quality chances. Good buzz here by Edmonton after getting scored on to make it 4-0. They go right back out, get a couple high-quality chances. And Doug Petrie has the best one right there in the redirection in front.
Marincin takes the shot and give it to Schultz.
And the Oilers are still trying to get
3-2. Parann down low. Ryan Smith is there. Straight out in front it comes. Cleared away by Pete Gamble. The Oilers with a pushback here in the first 5 minutes of the period. McKenna sends it down the ice. Couture gives chase. Marincin beat him to it. Delayed onside. As Smith shots it up behind the net. Gamble. McCall. To Klinkhammer. And Couture. Couture behind the net. Couture brings it back to the point. McCall snaps one. Tipped by Verbata right on to Brizgalov. And he'll hang on as Verbata looks for the rebound. There is by Verbata right on to Brizgalov. And he'll hang on. And as Verbata looks for the rebound, there isn't one.
Definitely had a little bit of movement going through. Not a real hard shot through, but Radin Verbata, who scored the second goal of this game in front of the net, gets a piece of it for sure. Maybe it gets deflected before that. So here's the shot by McCulloch going through. Definitely changes direction. Right there it is. Verbata that catches up the stick and makes the deflection, but slows it down enough that Brizgalov has an easy save.
Rising up and wins that draw. Enough that it's off the boards for Everly. It gets by him. McCulloch dumps it right back in. Knocked down by Petrie. Off the boards for Everly. Too hard, and Ekman Larson is content to send it back into Oiler territory. The Oilers will play Nashville on Sunday. The first back-to-back. They'll travel to Vancouver for a
to head to the second round against the
Phoenix will be in
Ducks.
Vancouver on Sunday. Be at home to LA on Tuesday.
Should have counted it on Mark Hansel and Taylor Hall.
Hall and Verbata come together. And out in front it comes for Hall. Right to Corey Potter, and he'll give it to Everly. Chip it ahead, and it's going out. 4-0 to score here in Rexall Place.
2-1 to score. The Oilers lead.
The Edmonton Oilers are down to 5 defensemen. Oilers Parann has left the game with a head injury. He will not return. Played 6 minutes and 9 seconds in that first period. Parann is time here with the Oilers his first year. He will not return. Again, the Oilers down to 5 to pick all. The top line out there with Schultz and Belloff.
Down one man already. And Taylor Hall gets a little shaken up here, it looks like, on this play as he goes through and squeaks through the boards as it's Moss that finishes him off. A couple tough shifts in a row for Taylor Hall. I thought he should have drawn a penalty on Martin Hansel the last time he went through the shifts in a row for Taylor Hall. I thought he should have drawn a penalty on Martin Hansel the last time he went through the ice. Maybe just a little frustration on the face of Taylor Hall there.
Nugent Hopkins wins a face-off against Antoine
on the face of Taylor Hall there.
Nugent Hopkins wins a face-off against Antoine Vermette. Vermette 10th in the league in draws, but he's able to keep the puck in. Schultz given a bump there by Korpikoski. Vermette shoves that ahead. Touched before Korpikoski could get it because that was gloved. Eberle dumps it in. McCulloch takes a hit from Nugent Hopkins. Comes to the side of the net. Ekman Larsson plays it into the corner. Belloff jumps in. Gets it behind the net for Hall. To Eberle. His shot up high. Smith makes the save.
Good read there by Smith to recognize that puck had found its way out to Jordan Eberle. Good forecheck once again too, Kevin, by the Oilers to get in aggressively, disrupt the puck, get it loose, and then get it back. And it was Jordan Eberle that gets in aggressively first and then finds himself in a little soft spot into the zone. So Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, a little chip by Eberle, go in, get the puck back. A good pinch here by Belloff to keep this puck alive. And watch Eberle just kind of flare out, very similar to the goal he scored last game versus the Vancouver Canucks from that same area. This time, though, Mike Smith doesn't even go down the play, just stands his ground and makes the save.
18 shots for the Oilers, 17 for the Coyotes. Chipchura with Halpern and Klinkhammer. Kyle Chipchura against Marincin. Chipchura plays it back to the point. Stone will give it right back to number 24. Kyle Chipchura, long shot, doesn't make it through. Schlemko puts it towards the net. Brizgalov swing and a miss, and then it came back with a pad save. Ryan Smith to Gagne, and the Oilers start away. Flipped in, but there is Schlemko on the intercept to Klinkhammer. His pass intercepted by Marincin. Now to Ryan Smith with Gagne going to the front of the net, but there is Stone to break it out. Stone tough to connect the pass for both teams here with 12 minutes to go in the second period.
Special depth, real good sticks by the defense and forwards for Phenex Coyotes, something they really work on.
Ryan Smith on the intercept. From one Smith to another, and then this one sits on top of the net. Jones trying to bang it away. But Schlemko takes it off the moorings.
Ryan Smith gets hammered into the boards. Jones over there as well. And that all started with Mike Smith trying to play the puck and get it out.
And just a couple pizzas thrown right up the middle here. First a little dump in gets picked off by Phenex. They don't capitalize. And this one here by Smith just plays it right up the middle and somehow doesn't see Ryan Smith there. This puck bounces right down in the blue paint, and as Smith tries to play it, gets steamrolled by Hansel afterwards. But a good recovery by Smith right here to get enough of this puck, bobbling up over top of the net, off the crossbar, rolls down. And Ryan Jones standing there just waiting for that puck to drop down. It took a little bit of time to get there, and that allowed everybody to converge back into the play.
Martin Hansel is sitting in the penalty box for roughing at 8:14. The Oilers get their fourth power play of this game. Boyd Gordon will take the draw against Jeff Halpern. Nugent Hopkins, Hall, Schultz, Eberle from the faceoff. Coyotes get control, and it's sent down the ice. Mike Smith gave the puck away there, Louis, but he got an assist on that goal by Ribeiro, along with David Moss. He giveth and he taketh away.
Everything.
Yeah. Eberle across the blue line. Drops for Smith to Schultz. Schultz. Slap pass for Hall. He played into the middle. McCulloch was there. Justin Schultz played over 26 minutes in that game against Vancouver. And he has played almost the entire time on the power play. 12 left to go in this one. David Parann to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins centering pass. Hall was caught up there by Vermette.
What a save!
Nugent Hopkins down low. Jesse Yolensu plays it to the middle. It's picked off there by Antoine Vermette. And Vermette slides that puck down the ice. And the penalty killers for the Phoenix Coyotes will change up. 48 seconds left to go in the penalty to Hansel. As Parann leads the Oilers. Hits the center. Fires it around the boards. McCulloch is there. Zbigniew McCulloch. Lost it. Gagne trying to get it free for Yakupov. Now it bounces right to Mike Smith, and he hangs on.
Pro Hockey Life, the ultimate hockey megastore.
Really, it's a good thing I took Mike Smith in the pool because he's got more points than any other goalie right now.
Yeah, he's got a goal and a couple of helpers now this year. And obviously, the way he can play the puck, he's the kind of guy that if he does have an open net, he will fire it down the ice and look to score.
This season, pretty accurate. Faced 19 shots so far. Yakupov
gets steamrolled by Hansel afterwards. But it did recover pretty well for himself.
Steamrolled by Hansel afterwards. But a good recovery by Smith right through to get after this puck. Down the upper the top of the net, half the crossbar rolled down.
And it's going to be one more, though, I think, on Edmonton.
And somehow doesn't see. Just waiting to get the official. Does Steve probably instigated?
I think he might.
Faced 19 shots so far. Yakupov. Lichtman goes there. Didn't work. Zbigniew McCulloch will send it all the way down. It was done.
So good play McCulloch. He's good at picking off little ribs around the wall. Once he picks it up, he goes right up the wall with that kind of distance. He's done it his whole career. One of the best shot blockers in the National Hockey League, as well as a defensive guy that can shut things down. But it's just good anticipation. So here you'll watch his play is down. Good little pinch back on Larson. McCulloch's already reading the play. He's already got lots of time to spin. And instead of trying to go around the board, you know the defender's going to be on the wall. He just rips it right up the ice. Right down the pipe.
Telling Mike Smith, that's how you do it.
Yeah, there you go. Rest are 200 feet down the ice. Such an effective penalty killer. He's done it his whole career. One of the best shot blockers in the National Hockey League, as well as a defensive guy that can shut things down. But it's just good anticipation. So here you'll watch his play is down. Good little pinch back on Larson. McCulloch's already reading the play. He's already got lots of time to spin. And instead of trying to go around the boards where you know the defender's going to be on the wall, he just rips it right up the ice. Right down the pipe.
Telling Mike Smith, that's how you do it.
Yeah, there you go. Not into the glove of
4 for 4 with the man advantage. They were 0 for 4 against Vancouver on Tuesday. And Louis is 7th ranked power play. And really been a weapon here at Rexall, but they've run into some problems in the last couple of games.
Certainly hasn't helped them out too much in the last little while. It's been one of those ongoing issues for the Edmonton Oilers, trying to find that consistency with the man advantage. And a lot of times, you and I have talked about it many times, it just comes down to outworking the opponent. You got one more body over there, you have to outnumber, you have to support. Let's face it, you got to get the puck to the net on a more regular basis. That one there, around the perimeter, Phenex was able to kill it off relatively easy.
When he's 0 for 4, the man advantage, 7 of their 19 shots have come on the power play. But they have yet to beat Mike Smith, who has 25 career shutouts, 1 this year. And this puck will come back down into Coyote territory on the icing.
A little bit of a complaint there by the captain, Shane Doan, thinking that Mikhail Bogner was going to be there first. Maduro wasn't going to get there before Potter, but they feel the way it kind of went off the boards that maybe Bogner would have got there first. That's the linesman's decision to whistle that down for the icing. Where that there's a little bit of a gray area there with the new rule.
Phoenix Coyotes left playing Western Canadian teams since the 2009-2010 season. They are 7-2-1 combined record against Vancouver, Calgary, and Edmonton. Anton Bella throws it towards the net. Smith to save. And he'll hang on. Rogers, Oilers hockey. Right here.
Game 5.
First period of the game, 2-0. It was Derek Morris that steps up after Albert throws it to the middle. He just follows the play up. And boy, does he ever rip David Fourier-Brisgall on the one-timer. He's always possessed that great start. This made it 3-0.
2-1.
Nothing in the second period on Mike Roberto's 13th of the year.
That's his
Derek Morris with his fifth goal
playoffs.
and 16 points. And the other side of his face has about 6 or 7 stitches in it. And you can see that was practiced yesterday.
2 players.
He got cut.
As 3 in the playoffs.
Paying the price in practice, Louis, just like you used to do.
He scored all the goals.
8:23. Speaking of goals, the Oilers need
23.
one.
2-1 Oilers.
They've
Game
got 20
5.
shots on to Mike Smith.
Oilers trailing the series 3-1.
McCulloch gets it to the corner. Gagne, Parann, and Smith out there now. Ekman Larson picked by Parann. Gives it to his D partner, McCulloch. Lays it off the boards. Can't get it by Gagne. Smith. Around the boards it goes. Justin Schultz. Lays it by the net for Smith. On the other side, it's Marinchuk. To Ryan Smith. Parann parks himself in front. Antoine Vermette trying to get rid of it. Schultz keeps it in. The Oilers get a change in as that one's deflected just wide. Ryan Smith sends Gagne in front. The Oilers with some pressure here. Butker outlets to Korpikoski. And Korpikoski just wants to get a line change in. He will dump that puck in. Ribeiro's line is out there. Moss and Dome with Mike Ribeiro. Leading the rush. Yakupov chips it in. He'll go after himself. Nail Yakupov. In the corner it goes. Joensuu battles with Moss. Shane Doan lays it out. The Oilers will regroup, but it's Jeff Petrie. Fell off. To Yakupov. Doan watching him as he delivers a pass to Petrie. Joensuu across the blue line. Cutting for the net is Petrie in the backhand to a sharp angle. Smith the save. The puck sat there for a second. Joensuu cutting for the net is Petrie in the backhand to a sharp angle.
Here's Mike Smith. Did you see this? Mike Smith. What a game this has been.
Yakupov, kind of an odd couple, but they both have been crashing the net.
Yeah, they have a nice little Sue and Yakupov, kind of an odd couple, but they both have been crashing the net. Yeah, they have a nice little chip in charge by Yakupov before this to get a puck in deep and get possession once again, put it in an area to get it back. Nice little give and go here as Petrie just kind of throws it into the feet of Smith. And Joensuu has been real aggressive in this game, jams away as Shane Doan reaches around and grabs onto him, and Nail Yakupov flies into the pile too, looking for some garbage.
Hendricks, Gordon, and Jones out there now.
Two, looking for some garbage.
Hendricks, Gordon, and Jones out there now. Hansel and Gordon line up. Gordon gets down low. They both go down. It is Jones out in front. Gordon line up. Gordon gets down low. They both go down. And here's Jones out in front.
Jordan it. Boy, Jordan. Goal! Edmonton leads it 3-1. His third goal of the playoffs for Ryan Nugent Hopkins. And now he has his 17th goal of his Stanley Cup career.
Just pull out the face-off as Gordon battles Hansel, and then it's Ryan Jones who just throws it into the blue paint. Matt Hendricks drives to the net, and right here it does ricochet off the skate of Hendricks up over top of Mike Smith. This one's going to count as it was not a kicking motion. A redirection goes to the net, and right here it does ricochet off the skate of Hendricks up over top of Mike Smith. This one's going to count as it was not a kicking motion. A redirection.
After the review, there's coach challenge prior to the goal. Offside.
Eyes to the net. Brian Jones just throws it into the blue paint. And Hendricks drives to the net. And Ray Herrick does ricochet off the skate of Hendricks up over top. Hendricks drives to the net. And Ray Herrick. Brian Jones just throws it into the blue paint. Now Hendricks drives.
Get in there and stick up for Jordan Everly. Right here, young teammates, that little support. That's all part of the building process that the Edmonton Oilers are going through.
Hendricks drives to the net.
He did pretty well for himself.
Jones just throws it into the blue paint. Now Hendricks drives to the net. And here's the call.
At the review, with 6 minutes and 32 seconds with play, there's no considered offside. Therefore, no goal.
And Ray here does ricochet off the skate of Hendricks up over top of Mike Smith. This was going to count as it was not a quick motion.
And there's going to be one more, though, I think, on Edmonton.
It's going to be his first goal as an Edmonton. Brian Jones picks up his...
And it's going to be one.
So now it is 2-1 Oilers. And with 6:32 left to go in the second period. And Ryan Nugent-Hopkins trying to have some life there.
They're taking kick to the side, and it's coming up by Ilya Brizgalov. And Jones is in there taking care of business with Tim Kennedy. Everybody behind the net, and everybody's paired up right now. Nothing looks serious coming out of it. We'll take a break. Rogers
Still 2-1. And the goal has been disallowed by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
Oilers hockey right here on the net. And Hendricks.
And that.
Rogers. Nothing
We'll see if the
serious coming out of it.
fine
We'll
its
take a
game.
break. Rogers
Oilers hockey on Sportsnet.
And Hendricks' first point as an Oiler. On behalf of the Safeway Score and Win contest and Ocean Spray multi-packs, Vizna Fubalo of Edmonton has won the Men's Boulevard Marine Star Chronograph watch on the first goal as it has won the Oilers.
They really like blame Minnesota. The fact that he pumps tires on the bench. He comes back, he's getting people worked up after scoring that goal. You can see him in the break coming back and really chatting up the bench saying, hey, let's get something going here. Let's get a little momentum built here in the second period. He's getting ratcheted up. And one of the things you like about him, he's a competitor. He wants to stay in the moment. He's a physical guy, and here just trying to get the guys elevated, saying, hey, let's chip away at this lead.
His first goal in 21 games. As the Oilers all aboard.
Still a 2-1 contest for the Oilers.
5 minutes, 34 seconds to go.
5 minutes, 34 seconds left in the second period.
They're with the top line. Long with one puck. Again, the Oilers down to 5 defensemen. And every finish. The man with a head injury. He will not return. Everett looks for Nugent-Hopkins. Broken up there by Dominic McCall. Drops it back for Schultz. He got Rapero all over it. Nugent-Hopkins bounces that puck down the ice. He just has to be better puck balancement where one guy cannot disrupt the momentum of your forward motion that much. You see Mike Rapero getting the forecheck and get on him. Good slash though by Moss going in the forecheck too. Parann brings it back. David Parann. A check that goes wide as he got bumped into by Shane Doan. Oops. You take it. I've got it. Shane Doan against Jeff Petrie. Doan behind the net. Petrie checks in, but Moss plays it out for Doan in front. And a good job by Petrie to knock Doan off the puck. Rivera back to the point. Derek Morris able to keep it in. Down to the near side. Mike Rivera gets there first. Lays it back to Shane Doan. Gagne reaching for it against Rivera. To Doan. Hit shot deflected by Moritz and wide. How to just get that puck out. And also a shift by that line of Phenex. Two big guys in Moss and Doan. The crafty, skilled guy in Mike Rivera. Nice little behind the back pass to Doan. Once again, a little too much time getting it away. And Moritz was able to get the stick in there. And how about the play of Jeff Petrie to knocked down the captain of the Coyotes.
Yeah, you have to be physical when you're playing against big bodies. You have to push back. And here, good little separation by Petrie first. And then right there, Doan looks like he wants to take it to the net. Good job by Petrie to get the body positioning once again and deny him from doing just that. So good defensive plays by both Petrie and Marincin on that line of Phenex.
3:52 to go in the second period. Ribeiro and Phenex, the goal scorers in this period. On the faceoff, won by Halpern. Schlemko down low. Front angle shot missed the target. Stone will not be able to keep it in. He'll retreat back towards his own zone. Michael Stone. They shift good. Good work. Halpern. The clean down. He gets turned aside. And the others start away. Yoansu. Yakupov and Arcabello. Stone takes it off the glass. Richie is there. Yoansu backing him up. Yakupov breaks the stick. The Pilots return. They head to the bench as the Coyotes make a line change. Arcabello in there now. So Richie. Yakupov as well, but here's the call. Let's the Cheerio whistle it high. Beckman Larson on the near side. Being pounded by Yoansu. He'll give it to Verbata. Verbata to Hansel. Right back to Verbata. Verbata circles the net. Verbata turns. Lets the shot go. And a good stick there by Arcabello, but pressure by this line of the Phoenix Coyotes. Verbata keeps it in at the line. He'll get it to Hansel. Big Martin Hansel, 6'6", 230 pounds. Tipped by Verbata off the crossbar. Another shot off the bar, this time by Tim Kennedy. The bells are ringing at the Oilers' end. McCulloch throws it towards the net. The Oilers desperate to try and get this puck out. Yoansu with an opportunity. And he will send it down the ice and allow a much-needed change as Brizgalov banks his post.
I'll tell you, there was a lost battle by Nail Yakupov right at the blue line up against Radim Verbata. That puck stayed in the offensive zone. You saw what happened. 2 posts rang on the ensuing play, but then it was Yakupov throwing his weight around that turned things around and got that puck out. That's something the team can follow up on. A little more physical, stop reaching for pucks, start taking bodies and separating the man from the puck. It'll make things a lot easier for Edmonton in the defensive zone.
Walker, good play to keep it in. The Oilers don't want to have the Coyotes again spend a shift in their zone. Vermette to Vodker. Vodker chips it in, and that line's going to peel off with 1.5 minutes to go. And that will allow the Oilers to move it out. And it's Schultz with a long pass to Hendricks. Off his stick to Stone. Ribeiro is stopped. Schlemko with it down to the middle for Gene Doan. David Moss, drop pass intercepted by Hall. His pass in turn is picked off by Ribeiro. Doan turns, looks for Ribeiro. That's broken up. Hall's got it now. Away with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Hall takes a hit from Schlemko. Less than 1 minute to go in the period. One Oiler goes. Jeff Petrie gathers it up, gets it to Hall. Hall neatly pass to Nugent-Hopkins. Spin move for Nugent-Hopkins. Then a shot that goes by. Potter keeps it in on the far side. Everly behind the net. Stone takes him into the boards. Everly runs him off, and then Stone runs into Hall. But here's Everly with a shot. Smith got a piece, but Nugent-Hopkins tries to get it in from a sharp angle. Stone around the boards, and that'll come back down on an icing call against the Phoenix Coyotes with 26.5 seconds to go in the period. That call against the Phoenix Coyotes with 26.5 seconds to go in the period. The top line with all kinds of pressure.
Real good pressure. Good shift by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
This period brought to you by McCain's new 4-meat Rising Crust Pizza. McCain, it's all good.
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, 5 points in his last 6 games coming into this one.
Well, it started off with a good backtrack that whole shift. Getting back, break
6 games coming into this one.
Well, it started off with a good backtrack that whole shift. Getting back, breaking up a play on Shane Doan, and then going on the offensive attack. Such a skilled player. And
here is Stone with a chance. This shot goes wide. 10 seconds to go in the period. Ryan Smith. Chance for one last shot. David Parann is offside.
70th point of his career in the playoffs.
Oilers just can't help themselves right now. David Parann a little too anxious to get over that line, and Ryan Smith logging the puck up the ice. Want to be in that position, in the right position, but it forces the offside. The faceoff comes outside the zone with 5 seconds left to period.
Each team got a 69 points
While the Phoenix Coyotes continue
of his playoff career.
By 3.
We'll look for,
despite the fact the Oilers have
one more in the third period.
It's Rogers. Oilers hockey.
Oilers hockey. It's game 5. 3-1 Ducks.
It's Rogers. Oilers hockey. Through 40 minutes.
Coyotes in the series. Through 40 minutes.
Well, the Edmonton Oilers have a goal, have some life, despite the fact that they do trail still by 3. That is the difference between the visiting and the home team. The scoring summary is brought to you by Worley Parsons Sport. Visit WorleyParsons.com/careers to find your place on our team. And it was one team that did all the scoring in the opening period of play, despite the fact the shots were even. That wasn't the case when it came to goals, but it was the case in period 2. As Matt Hendricks, acquired last week on a Wednesday from the Nashville Predators, who will be here in 2 days' time, is the one that put the Oilers on the board with one of those hard-working goals. Well, to start the season, game also went to the center of the boards, and in state and Matt's area.
That kind of thing, but noticed, and it's great for Gene to find that out, and I'm sure David Moss is saying that he's just doing a small part to help that young man, but it does mean something. As we get set for the start of the third period,
the crowd rising their feet.
Matt Hendricks
For Ryan Smith,
gets his
it is
first
69
goal in
points
uniform
in the
at
playoffs.
17 as Gene outlined. And
He has 48 in 2012. He has 22 in 2000. No, he has 18.
Along with Boyd Gordon and Ryan Jones, who picked up his 100th career point.
And then Ryan
Picking up an
Smith.
assist on that goal.
It's 28.
The point.
Goal for Ryan Smith.
Dump it in. Angel is there. Angel missing the last couple of games due to injury. Reunited with Radim Burnett. Playing with Tim Kenny. Jones on the intercept. Takes it away from Derek Morris. To the shadow. Stands the first save of the third period. Jones gets it back again. Gagne plays it back to the point. Anton Bella. Behind the net it goes. And Gagne looking in front for Hendricks. Went off his stick. And he did not get the shot away. End of the shift for him. Gander brings it in. Bella that bump. Schultz gets it out. Mikhail Bakker puts that puck right back in. Justin Schultz played 16 minutes and 15 seconds, or 12 seconds. 6 minutes and 18 seconds of power play time for number 19. David Parann just inside the blue line. Throws it to the opposite corner. Smith took a swing and a miss. Ryan Smith is there. David Parann sweeps it back to the point. Schultz to Malinson. Malinson takes the shot. Yet he'll let it go. The stick of Bakker. Bakker trying to get it by Malinson. Smith in there as well. And finally it is Bakker who works it out to neutralize. But what do the Oilers have to do here to work their way back into this game?
What are they back into this game in the series?
David Parann.
Parann was upstairs. He wasn't there.
To work their way back into this game.
Here's Ryan Smith.
Trying to way back into this game.
Their way back to this game. Here's Ryan Smith. Oh, a big save. 22 saves here in this hockey league. Oilers lead.
Smith in there as well. And finally it is Bakker who works it out to neutralize. But what do the Oilers have to do here to work their way back into this game?
Getting pucks in deep and trying to find shots from every area.
David Parann it out to neutralize. But what do the Oilers have to do here to work their way back into this game?
What they're doing, they're getting pucks in deep and trying to find shots from every area.
David Parann goes upstairs. Smith in there as well. And finally, it is Bacher who works it out to neutralize. Louis, what do the Oilers have to do here to work their way back into this? And more fifth, offensive one season as Yandel.
He's lucky he didn't get a second because he got aggressive after knowing that it was going to be a penalty. Right there, comes up with the fist into the grill of Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and watch him kind of go to work with the stick in front. Should have had a second one right there. The officiating tonight has missed a lot of calls. They've made a couple that weren't calls, but they get one on Keith Yandel. And the Oilers now, after scoring a goal, go back on the power play. They're 0-4 so far. It hasn't been good enough tonight. It could have been a weapon. They needed to be 1-0.
Boyd Gordon, Nugent-Hopkins, Hall, Schultz, and Eberle. And Gordon wins that draw back to Eberle. Quickly over for Schultz. He'll keep it in for Gordon behind the net. Nugent-Hopkins. Gordon. To Hall. Back up for Justin Schultz. He'll get it back again. Nugent-Hopkins. Cross. Nice. Here's Eberle. Again, his shot is missed by Smith. Gordon looking for the rebound. Joe, nice. Sorry, go ahead. He has scored 5 power play goals this season.
And almost had another one there. Real nice little puck movement here. You know, when you have an aggressive penalty kill, you have to make passes quickly. And here it goes. Separate the defense core and find Eberle through the seam once again. He elects not to one time. The puck stops it, gets a good shot away, and Mike Smith comes up with a good save.
Oilers with 5 shots already in this third period and 4 good scoring chances. According to our ace statsman, Paul E. Dangerously. There's another shot right off the faceoff. The faceoff. Nugent-Hopkins goes back to Schultz. Takes the shot. Gives it to Hall. Taylor Hall. Checked by Schlemko. Korpikoski trying to work it out. Can't do it. Good job by Eberle to keep it in as he gets knocked out. Hands on the net. Schultz at the point to Hall. Hall with Gordon down in front. Schlemko on the intercept. Chops down. Hall keeps it in. And finally is swept down the ice. Korpikoski on the stick with
good battle level there by Taylor Hall and especially.
Here's McCulloch. And Louis, you pointed this out early, how he stays calm and gets the puck down the ice. David Parann picks it up. Parann with Smith, Gagne, Yakupov, and Schultz. Justin Schultz brings it across himself. Dishes to Parann. Parann against Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Here's McCulloch again, and again, it's number 4 who sends it down the ice.
A little bit delayed with the support. Ryan Smith in front, thinks the puck's going to turn over, but it's McCulloch again with a good defensive play that is able to put it down the ice.
Yakupov off the stick of Unsel, gets it back again. Nail Yakupov delivers to Ryan Smith. Smith. Mike Smith stops it, gave it away to Yakupov. And he put it in front. Smith got the stick there, and Verbata sent it the length of the ice.
Rush play there by Yakupov. Had a lot more time than he thought he did. Threw it out. Without taking a look first.
Yakupov has it go right by him as the penalty is over. Sutter keeps it in.
It keeps it in.
Parann, wrist shot.
David Parann, wrist shot.
Smith with save. Keith Yandel out of the penalty box. Leads the charge for the Coyotes. Yandel waits, lets a shot go, but off the stick of Corey Potter. And up into the netting. Well, our next score and win winner, courtesy of Safeway and Ocean Spray multi-packs. Big Pooh Swanson of Fort Saskatchewan has won the DVD prize pack from E1. And that is on the goal by David Parann.
19th of the year, team leading goal by David Parann. And again, out there in the man advantage afterwards, trying to find a way to get something going on the power play. 0-5 Edmonton is in this game against Phenex, so many opportunities to kind of make a difference with the man advantage. They haven't been able to yet.
The Oilers dominating on the shot clock. 9 of their 32 shots have come on the power play, but they have gotten 32 to the Coyotes 20.
Yeah, the first couple power plays I thought, Kevin, were good. They were executing, they were getting the puck moved up shot before to the net, and again, I keep going back to it, but it seems like they want to set up shot before they shoot it. And the shot has to come out of instinct. It has to come off the one-time position. Mike Smith right now is seeing everything. If he's going to get out and be able to cut down the angle on the shot, he's going to make the save. And easy to save from up here, Kevin. I know from the angle.
9 of their 32 shots have come on the power play, but they have got
goes over to serve.
32 to the Coyotes 20.
Edmonton's defense would be. He went over and had a talk with Nolan, didn't drop his glove. They both agreed to it before they actually started the fight.
I keep going back to it, but it seems like they want to set up
either way, but after the run of penalty they've had, it's a 4.
I keep going back to it, but it seems like they want to set up
double minor. On a penalty they've had, it's a 4.
I keep going back to it, but it seems like they want to set up
double minor.
To shoot it. And the shot has to come out of instinct. It has to come off the one-time position. It's going to make the save.
Double minor.
Easy to save from up here, Kevin. I know from the angle down the ice, but I do believe the Oilers have to start having that shoot-first mentality when the puck is coming to them. Not once they get it. Jordan Eberle sees that pass from Hall go by him, but Henry keeps it in. Eberle delivers to Hall on the near side. Nugent Hopkins behind the net. By Nugent-Hopkins. Eberle around the boards for Hall. Back out top. Parann throws it off the inboards. And sits behind. Limco is there. He'll give it to Doan.
And a save.
Parann brings it right back in. His pass for Eberle doesn't work. And Doan's got an opportunity now. Doan, it's Limco. Hard pass for Butler. He chips it in. Coyotes want to get fresh bodies on the ice, and they do. Hendricks, Gordon, and Jones up front now for the Oilers. Matt Hendricks brings it in, takes a hit from McCall, sheds that. Hendricks throws it towards the net, and a glove save by Mike Smith. It's that. Hendricks throws it towards the net.
There's Hendricks, throws it towards the net. Oh, what a save by Mike Smith! 30 saves to keep it a 2-1 lead for the Oilers.
Luxury performance just took on a whole new meaning. Cruise your way to family fun on a 2014 Manitou pontoon boat from Martin Motorsports.
Look at right now to make sure the blades on her skates are still working out. Coached up there by Billy Moss. Arcabello will take this draw. Joensuu and Yakubov are his line mates. Alfred won it though. He got it right to Yandel. Yandel throws it towards Brizgella. And Philly is going to hang on to it with Halpern driving the net. Good job there by Beloff to protect the goaltender. As Halpern, the Cajun veteran, goes in there trying to stir the pot a little bit. The Coyotes 2-4-4 in their last 10 on the road. And Halpern to make things a little bit difficult, but as you mentioned, Beloff just sheds them. This is the straight arm. And protecting the quarterback there. Hands over Bada. Kennedy out front. Boyd Gordon out there again with Hendricks and Jones. One of the things I like about this line of Jones with Hendricks throws it towards Brizgella.
And a save
is going to hang
by
on to
Mike
it
Smith.
with Halpern.
And he hangs on.
Good job there by Beloff to protect the goaltender. As Halpern, the Cajun veteran, goes in there trying to stir the pot a little bit. The Coyotes trying to stir the pot a little bit.
Coyotes will try to eliminate the series.
2-4-4.
At 4 games to 1 to lead.
And Halpern 2-4-4.
So they're trailing by 1.
Coyotes 2-4.
And they're going to punch their ticket to the second round against Anaheim.
Halpern 2-4 a little bit. Road. And Halpern to make things a little bit difficult, but as you mentioned, Beloff just sheds them. Hands over Bada. Kennedy out front. Boyd Gordon out there again with Hendricks and Jones. One of the things I like about this line of Jones with Hendricks and Gordon is they throw pucks to the net. He's on. He's got Petrie with him. Hendricks following up. Here is Gordon. Hit shot.
Quick shot. Quick save.
In the corner against Radim Verbata. To Tim Kennedy. Yandel joining the rush as Hansel brings it across the line. Hansel goes cross ice. Gordon is there defensively. Hendricks.
Shot. What a save.
Go here in the third period. The Oilers
A save in game 5 to make 33 in the game.
Potter off the boards for Hendricks. Tips it in. His shift is over. Smith. To McCullough. Long cross-ice pass for Kovakovsky. Burnett and Butler are his line mates. Burnett beaten to the puck there by Justin Schultz. He gets it out. McCullough will throw it right back in. The Coyotes' last win on the road was December the 21st when they were in Ottawa.
Coyotes
Morris slings it around the board.
in a must-win territory.
Mikhail Bakker, who opens the
Mikhail
score.
Bakker, 2 goals have been scored so far in the playoffs.
14-17 to the first period. Is the time for the opening goal. Moves it towards Brizgala.
And it is saved by Ilya
Hang on to
Brizgala.
it with Halpern.
And he holds
Driving
on.
the net. Good job there by Belloff to protect the goaltender. As help. Good job there by Belloff to protect the goaltender. As Halpern, the Cajun veteran, goes in there trying to stir the pot a little bit. The Coyotes 2-4-4 in their last 10. The Coyotes 2-4-4 in their last. Last win on the road. Mikhail Bakker, who opened the score. Handed in for him. And Kopakoski picked up the assist. 14-17 for the first period. It's the time of the opening goal. Long shot by Vervana. Easy save for Brizgala. To Kennedy. Checked by Marincin. And the puck picked up by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. He dumps it out, and Yandel retreats back to his own zone. Vervana for Hansa. Hansa trying to make a move around Hall. He brings down Hall. Play continues. Corey Potter in there, along with Everly. Everly dancing in. Nugent-Hopkins scores! Jordan Everly. Make a move around Hall. He brings and Nugent-Hopkins. He dumps it out, and Yandel retreats back into his own zone. Vervana to Kennedy. Checked by Marincin. And the puck picked up by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. On shot by Vervana. Easy save for Brizgala. To Kennedy. Checked by Marincin. And the puck picked up to Kennedy. Checked by Marincin. And the puck picked up by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. He dumps it out, and Yandel retreats back into his own zone. Vervana for Hansa. Hansa trying to make a move around Hall. He brings down Hall. Play continues. Corey Potter in there, along with Everly. Everly dancing in. And Hall to within one. Going. It in. It's that shot go. Glove save by Brizgala. Nugent-Hopkins has closed the
It's
gap
still,
to one.
we have a 2-1 lead in Game 5.
By swiping a free club card, we're in the golf of Edmonton on the Garmin Movie 2597 LMT GPS, courtesy of Safeway and Ocean Spray Multi-Packs, and number 93, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, his 14th goal of the season. And fourth career against the Phoenix Coyotes. Jim Chura going to hang on to it with Halpern driving the net. Good job there by Belloff to protect the goaltender. As Halpern, the Cajun veteran, goes in there trying to stir the pot a little bit. The Coyotes 2-4-4 in their last 10 on the road. And Halpern to make things a little bit difficult, and as you mentioned, Belloff just sheds them.
It isn't a straight arm.
Time protecting the quarterback. At 5 at the end of the hang on. Parann lead is down. They lost by 1 on. They lost their 23rd one-goal game. They lost by 1 on Wednesday in Calgary. They are 11-2-9 in games decided by just 1 goal. Outside at the Coyote blue line. Matt Henrich talked about this Coyotes team being a little bit fragile. The Oilers
light in this third period. David Parann, a minute 50 in, and then Ryan Nugent-Hopkins at this side at the Coyote blue line. Matt Henrich talked about this Coyotes team being a little bit fragile. The Oilers with light in this third period. Might be a little bit fragile coming in here. They get up to a 4-0 lead, but it was him that scored his first as an Oiler to make it 4-1. Gets the bench pumped up. And they've come out in this third period and scored 2 goals to claw back to within 1 here in this game. The Phenex Coyotes, and you look at the record over the last 10, only 3 regulation and 7 seasons. They've been struggling to find points. And
Stay back for a 5-point deficit and tied the game at 5. And the Oilers, David Moss, 6 minutes to go, attack Rivera delivers. Ekman Larson, he gets stopped by Corey Puck. Gets the puck back again for David Moss. David Moss down low for Rivera. Trying to shake off Justin Schultz. Doan comes in and gets the puck. They'll give it to Moss. Moss gets knocked down by Potter. And Potter gets the puck to Ryan Smith. That was a good defensive play down low by Justin Schultz. Not to try and go one way or the other. And Mike Rivera is a real shifty custom around the ice. And you look back. The save and he'll come around. The Oilers as Edmonton lead in his second period.
We're going to go to the Golden Start things off in the third period for Edmonton to claw them back into this game. It was David Parann who just puts on a clinic here. Walking
disallowed a goal.
Non-easy guy.
It was not easy to do this second period.
Stick comes out, he goes to the back end there, and then shoves it upstairs over top of Mike Smith. For Parann coming in, 1 goal in his last 10 games played. Wants to get back on a streak. He scores a big goal there. Takes over the team lead in goals. He's got 19. Taylor Hall, though, came close just before we went to break. Or did he ever had a little bit of time to kind of look to see where he wanted to shoot it to just before we went to break. Or did he ever had a little bit of time to kind of look to see where he wanted to shoot it to. Good glove hand save by Mike Smith. Didn't catch it, but was able to block her with the glove right before we went to break. Coyotes with just 2 shots in this third period. The Oilers. Schultz at the point. Everly checked by Derek Morris. Derek Morris now has to deal with Nugent-Hopkins, but he gets the ball. Marici combines with Nugent-Hopkins. Hall now moving in. Gets by Yandel. Hall with a shot. That one comes all the way back down in Oiler territory. So Taylor Hall really zinging off that left-hand side. And I don't think we see enough of that from him. I don't think he realizes how hard his shot is to read for goaltenders. That was a pretty wide angle. But Mike Smith, I don't even think reacted, just hit him on that wrister by Hall. Taylor Hall leads the team in shots, came in with 145. Now, you know what they say, you want to score goals, you have to shoot the puck. And for Mike Smith, he's been real good in this game when he's been able to see the puck. And that one there, just in the right position to make the save on that shot by Taylor Hall. He got chased early. And that game we did New Year's Eve. Gave up 2 goals on 9 shots. It was Thomas Weiss who came on in relief and won that game. That game went to overtime. Smith with it now.
This game
wanted to go to overtime.
8
minutes, 20 seconds to go in regulation time. They'll give it to Jeff Petrie. 8 minutes, 20 seconds to go in regulation time.
In overtime. In regulation time. 2-1 Oilers lead.
Give it to Blocker. Wrestled by Everly. Ekman Larson, long shot. There's Gallop, makes the save. Potter's got it. Potter. The referee stepping into the shot. It's Alfred, but there is Chris Gallop. Corey Potter. The referee stepping into the shot.
Saved by Ilya Brizgalov! Fast in game 5!
A little bit of panic there by Corey Potter when he picks this puck up. And, you know, for Brizgalov, I think he wanted to glove this one down, hold on to it. Drops down in front of Potter. If you watch him, kind of go to the backhand side and put it around the boards. Takes a funny hop and comes right over to the skates of Neil Yakupov. Isn't controlled. The big hard shot through, and Brizgalov comes up with a good save in time.
Alfred against Boyd Gordon. Wins the draw. Back to Derek Morris. Derek Morris with a backhand. Opportunity to reclaim it. Put it wide. Ryan Jones.
Jones gets the shot and a save.
Ryan Jones.
That makes 36 in the game.
Takes the shot, and there is Jones recovering.
And there is Jones recovering. Here's Ben Hendricks. Hendricks to Jones. Jones. Oh, and there's a shot. And a save. Can you believe it? Mike Smith puts on a show. Oilers keeping it a 2-1 lead.
I just see a toe drip.
And toe drag.
I just see a toe drip.
What a game for Mike Smith. 37 saves.
Ryan Jones, what a move by him down the right-hand side. As you mentioned, kind of wanted to make a pass to the middle. It gets away from, turns the puck over. Great second effort by him to stay in the battle as it goes out. Slides, gets the stick out there, and gets the wheels going and chip through to Hendricks with some speed. But watch this move by Jones. Put a band on. The ground is in chipping there. Just on fourth and late with a one-time shot. A big save again by Mike Smith.
And it looks like the Phoenix Coyotes, Hendricks talked about them being fragile, are playing a nervous game right now.
Nervous game.
Taking on to a one-goal lead. Now the Oilers send their top line over the board.
Lead the game 2-1 in the second period. 2 goals in
Paul in it now. Billard at the point. Paul circles. It's a shot goal deflected.
And here's taking a hold. Paul centers in and it's a save. Out in front to Schultz. What a big save for Ilya Brizgalov.
Keep it in. Does. Now it comes out the center. Schultz just gets in the way of that.
Oilers driving in 3 now.
Paul cross ice with the play.
Cross ice.
Instead it's Barker.
Instead it works. Here's Taylor Hall. Paul and a shot by Taylor Hall.
Put the second efforts into the battles. You see a top line going after a real good shift by the Hendricks Jones Gordon line. They go in there, they stay in the battle, they win those two puck battles. They're able to keep the puck in the offensive zone for a good chunk of time.
Emma had his stick broken. Stone lost his as well. It was that goal that they were going to bet. It was Stone's stick that broke. To Parann. Parann was stiff at the minute. David Parann. Pass was hit. He's given it. Navarro comes off the boards. They're able to keep it in. And Navarro with a backhand. And that is blocked. Nice one goal. Parann against Stone. David Parann out of the corner. Parann knocked down. And he's got the ball. Stone keeps it at the point.
Stone keeps it in. Here's Ryan Jones. Jones. Oh, what a shot by Ryan Jones.
Stone keeps it at the point.
Jones keeping it in. 2-1 Oilers lead.
Pass to Jones. Off the board.
Pass off the boards of Ryan Hopkins.
To Morris.
Off the boards to Phenex. And there it goes.
Across the blue line. Hampton. This is up for Kennedy. Kennedy's trying to score towards Kennedy. Walks back to Kennedy. Racing in is Derek Morris. Can keep it in for Kennedy. Hansel behind the net. Hansel. To Verbata. Over speeches. Schultz plays it around the board. Yandel on the far side. Yandel. To Verbata. Verbata with a shot. It's not off the center. Moving down through. Wrap around attempt on Kennedy. The broken stick of Shane Doan is there. And it is Brizgalov.
And Brizgalov. Shane Doan. Six goals in the playoffs.
Covers up. We'll be back.
We'll be game tired. We'll be back.
You know, anything can happen in this game. You pop one early here in the third. Next thing you know, we got them on their heels, and anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Second or
Louis.
David Parann comes out early, goes to the backhand, scores a goal to make it 4-2. And then Ryan Nugent-Hopkins after some nice dangling by Everly makes it 4-3. And the Oilers have really pushed back the Phoenix Coyotes in this third period.
4 minutes, 58 seconds to go. The Oilers 37 shots. The Coyotes 27. Hanzo wins the draw. Ekman Larson. His shot goes long. Justin Schultz lays it around the board. Nugent-Hopkins going for it. Checked in there by Ekman Larson. Hurries. Checked by Kennedy. Justin Schultz will take it up. Schultz lays it off the board. Works it out. The Oilers get there. Everly Hall and Veronica now against Michael Vermont. And Volkanovsky as the line field. The Coyotes change. Nugent-Hopkins across the blue line with Hall. Here's Taylor Hall and a shot. Nugent-Hopkins looking for the rebound. Our game review is brought to you by The Brick. Nobody needs the Brick for furniture, mattresses, appliances, and big screen TV.
So it was all Coyotes for the first half of this game. They get off to a 4-0 lead. Matt Hendricks gets things started for the Edmonton Oilers with his first goals in Edmonton Oilers. 3 unanswered goals by the Edmonton Oilers have made this a hockey game, out-shooting Phenex 38-27 now, Kevin. And another good chance down the left-hand side you just saw there by Taylor Hall, who's really stepped it up a notch in this third.
Smith won the draw, but Edmonton Oilers stole the pass from Connors. He wants a shot over his gun off his team. Buster saves it.
Save! 4 minutes left to go in regulation time. Paul right on the boards.
Turns around the boards and waiting for it there is Parann. Comes back to Buster. Now Kovakovsky leads the rush for the Coyotes. He'll chip it in. Peel off. 3 minutes, 40 seconds to go. In regulation time. Pass to Woodblock. 3 minutes, 48 seconds to go. In regulation time.
3 minutes to go in regulation time. Oilers 2, Coyotes 1.
Ties up with Arcavello. Yakupov. To the middle for Jones. Jones with Yakupov and Arcavello.
Yakupov. Here's Ryan Jones. Jones! Shot! And a save by Ilya Brizgalov. Clears the zone. Here's Taylor Hall. Paul Sand.
Is this going to be ice?
And is this going to be a tie game? No.
Justin Schultz picks it up. The Oilers get their top line right back out there. Here comes Schultz. He'll chip and chase. McCall takes the hit from Schultz. Everly using it in there to try and get it free as it comes back to the point. There's Hall in a shot. Back. Stern to Kennedy. Kennedy. Slow. Hanzo. Backhands it down the ice. Schultz. To Marinson. Marinson under pressure there from Kennedy. Get the compensatory puck.
So Marinson really playing a solid game here, Kevin. He's on pace for a career high in ice time. And with Phenex going out in the first period, he's had to play more minutes, and he's stepped up fast.
It seems like he stays calm really quick sometimes. Corey Connor and Anton Belloff are up there now with the passes behind David Parann. Morris to Vermette. Antoine Vermette across the blue line. Takes the hit to Belloff. Here is Bucker. Bucker.
It's
Behind the net. Belloff's in there. Belloff.
Cuts off the net. Bucker saved it.
Gets it back to Smith.
He gets it back to right stand. Oilers will try to look for a second playoff win. In regulation.
Passes there by Garrett Forrest. Under pressure. Under siege by 2 guys. Just going to spin back and on the tape out of the bench.
Gala hangs on to the shot from the end.
If you're looking for commercial insurance or risk management services, contact us to see what the power of insight can do for you.
Atmosphere here in Mixon Place. Just listen to this atmosphere. Now let's go Oilers chant. And we'll see if the Oilers try to win this one.
What a difference a period can make in a hockey game. And just the attitude, the Oilers looked deflated in the second period after the fourth goal was scored by Mike Ribeiro and deflection off the block with Brizgalov. But then that goal by Matt Hendricks kind of turned things around, started to get the flow going. He pumped the bench up. And they got 2 quick ones in the third period early here to make this a game and kept the charge going. Very good. Chips it down the ice. Picked up by Anthony Larson and McCullough on the blue line. Moss to Dolan. With Alpha.
Shane Gold. Don't hold the netting. And then.
Good stick right there.
It's on.
Nullify that chance to get to the middle by Shane Doan. He's always so strong on his stick. He's a big body, and nice to see him back in the lineup, Kevin. We talked about him missing the 12 games with that Rocky Mountain spotted fever that he developed, but says he's feeling a little bit of pain here and there, but pretty hard to keep him back.
It's a beast. Let me just tell you, Louis, he was at the optimal practice yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
Wouldn't get off the ice.
Kind of lets you know how his work ethic is. And nice to see him back like that.
Hanzo wins the draw. McCollum from the point takes the shot. Very good at the control. He lets it go for Hanzo. Trying to center it against Mauricio. Parann. Bouncing up is slipped out by Sims and it comes to Taylor Hall. Hall has some trouble. Everly carries on. Everly. The Everly.
Everly. Doesn't really let go.
They've got 6 attackers. 6 attackers. And back to Nugent Hopkins. Gets it back from there. Goes to the first.
What a save!
To let the shot go. 54 seconds to go. The only
4 seconds to go. And right away it's in time. Control to be a game 6 in Phenex, Edmonton.
Racing after it against
Paran's traffic.
hits. Nugent Hopkins in the
This will be a game 6.
Nobody knows where it is.
Nobody knows where there. It is Mateo Monter. Bonga! He scores! And this game is tied. Mateo Monter with 28 seconds left to go. And this one to get to overtime. And this game tied at 2.
We saw a game where the puck got caught up in the equipment of Nugent Hopkins.
Larson just almost Larson. Piece that puck.
35 or 8 seconds to go. It is the overtime save. 38 has made 25 saves. And now the game is out of his hands. He is on the bench. Boyd Gordon will line up for this faceoff. Joined by Parann, Nugent Hopkins, Hall, and Schultz. Antoine Vermette and Boyd Gordon, 2 top 10 face-off men just outside the Phenex blue line. Dave Tippett with some questions. Hall of that play. That was an icing.
Score number 94.
Here is with assists to 18 seconds left.
Seconds left to go.
Boyd Gordon in there as well.
Will it be an overtime period? No, it didn't. 8 seconds left. Here is Brian Nugent Hopkins. Hopkins dies. Dumps it in. Here's Brian Smith. Smith has been denied. And we are going into overtime.
But the final
Wow. David Apr in the game.
Oilers 3. The
Oilers 2. Phenex 2.
The Oilers 3. But the final score. The Oilers have outshot the Coyotes.
Will it be a game 6 of the Oilers?
340 minutes. 340.
The Coyotes. If Buckford take it, we'll be back after overtime.
Well, the Edmonton Oilers have a goal, have some life, despite the fact that they do trail still by 3. That is the difference between the visiting and the home team. The scoring summary is brought to you by Worley Parsons Court. Visit WorleyParsons.com/careers to find your place on our team. And it was one team that did all the scoring in the opening period of play, despite the fact that high Phenex Coyotes difficult, a heartwarming, and a good health in 2. I'm sure the thing go absolutely. We wish them luck and a good health in 2014, Louis and Kevin.
Absolutely.
All right,
Gene, and so many of those
as we
stories
welcome for the
guys
second
that do that
time
kind of thing go unnoticed.
in game one,
Great for Gene to
they're
find
going
that
into
out.
overtime.
But I'm sure David
And I'm
Moss
sure, Louis,
he's just doing the small
the Oilers have won in overtime 6-5 in game one. Can it be a second in a row?
As we get set for the start of the
See
third
about that.
period, the Oilers down by
Oilers are 1-0 in overtime wins.
It's his first goal
Has never won in overtime in the playoffs yet.
And tries to pump up the bench afterwards. We talked about that, and that's part of his personality. He starts his third period along with Boyd Gordon and Ryan Jones, who picked up his 100th career point. Picking up an assist on that goal. It's a save. And the Oilers get their fifth power play of the season as
10 seconds in overtime.
Continue to eyeball each other.
Yeah, no question about it. It was interference to begin with, but it was a little jab by Yandel afterwards into the face of Nugent Hopkins. And for Yandel, he's lucky he didn't get a second one here because he got aggressive after knowing that it was going to be a penalty. Right there, comes up with the fist into the grill of Ryan Nugent Hopkins, and watch him kind of go to work with the stick in front. Should have had a second one right there. The officiating tonight has missed a lot of calls. They've made a couple that weren't calls, but they get one on Keith Yandel. And the Oilers now, after scoring a goal, go back on the power play. They're 0-4 so far. It hasn't been good enough tonight. It could have been a weapon. They needed to be 1-0.
Boyd Gordon, Nugent Hopkins, Hall, Schultz, and Eberle. And Gordon wins that draw back to Eberle. Quickly over for Schultz. He'll keep it in for Gordon behind the net. Nugent Hopkins. Gordon to Hall. Hall back up top for Justin Schultz. He'll get it back to Nugent Hopkins. Nice here to Hopkins.
And another save.
For the third period. Recall. Office with Nadine Bravada and playing with Tim Kennedy. Jones on the intercept, takes it away from Derek Morris. That's the shot goes. Smith, the first save of the third period. Jones gets it back again. Gagne plays it back to the point. Anton Belloc. Behind the net it goes. Sam Gagne looking in front for Hendricks. Went off his stick, and he did not get the shot away. End of the shift for him. He
Fine action here in Rexall. Game 5 of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Gets it out. Mikhail Bakker flips that puck right back in. Justin Schultz played 16 minutes and 15 seconds, or 12 seconds. 6 minutes and 18 seconds of power play time for number 19. David Parann just inside the blue line. Throws it to the opposite corner. Mike Smith took a swing and a miss. Ryan Smith is there. David Parann swings it back to the opponent. Schultz to Marincin. Marincin fakes the shot. Now he'll let it go. Off the stick of Bakker. Bakker trying to get it by Marincin. Smith in there as well. And finally, it is Bakker who works it out to neutralize. What do the Oilers have to do here to work their way back into this game?
They're getting pucks in deep and trying to find shots from every area.
David Parann have to do here to work their way back into this game.
Getting pucks in deep and trying to find shots from every area.
David Parann to work their way back. A dump in wide by Potter off the book. The shoulder of Mike Smith to cut the lead to two. To eyeball each other.
Yeah, no question about it. It was interference to begin with, but it was a little.
The Oilers get their
Coyotes Smith and a save.
The Oilers
As the Oilers try to find some line
and Nugent Hopkins continue to eyeball each other.
No question about it. It was
He
interference to begin
eyeballs
with, but it was a little jab by Yandel afterwards into the face of Nugent Hopkins. And for Yandel, he's lucky he didn't get a second one here because he got aggressive after knowing that it was going to be a penalty. Right there, comes up with the fist into the grill of Ryan Nugent Hopkins, and watch him kind of.
Nugent Hopkins, Hall. Smith Thornton looking for the rebound. Again, Nugent to Hall. Hall back up top for Justin Schultz. Nugent Hopkins.
Hopkins centered that.
For the rebound.
A rebound.
Sorry, Ben, go ahead. He has scored 5 power play goals this season.
And almost had none of them there. Real nice little puck movement here. You know, when you have an aggressive penalty kill, you have to make passes quickly and give and go, separate the defense core, and find Eberle
through the seam once again. He elects not to one-time the puck, stops it, gets a good shot away, and Mike Smith comes up with a good save.
Oilers with 5 shots already in this third period and 4 good scoring chances, according to our ace statsman, Paul E. Dangerously. There's another shot right off the faceoff. At 35, a power play time for the Oilers. Nugent Hopkins goes back to Schultz, takes the shot, gives it to Hall. Taylor Hall, checked by Schlemko. Korpikoski trying to work it out, can't do it. Good job by Eberle to keep it in as he gets back down to Antoine Verbeek. Schultz at the point to Hall. Hall will put it on. Hall centered it.
Oh! Huge save to make it 20.
Schultz at the point to Hall. Hall will bring down in front. Left on the intercept. Chops it. Hall keeps it in. And finally it's struck down the ice. Korpikoski. Stifled down there. Good battle level there by Taylor Hall, especially Justin Schultz, who stands his ground on the line, keeps up on the line. Here's McCulloch. And Louis, you pointed this out early, how he stays calm and sends the puck down the ice. David Parann picks it up. Parann with Smith, Gagne, Yakupov, and Schultz. Justin Schultz brings it across himself, dishes to Parann. Parann against Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Here's McCulloch again, and again, it's number 4 who sends it down the ice.
And a bit delayed with the support. Ryan Smith in front. Next, the puck's going to turn over, but it's McCulloch again with a good defensive play that is able to put it down the ice.
Yakupov off the stick of Hansel, gets it back again. Nail Yakupov delivers to Ryan Smith. Smith. Mike Smith stops it, gave it away to Yakupov. And he put it in front. Smith got the stick there, and Verbata sent it the length of the ice.
A little rush play there by Yakupov. Had a lot more time than he thought he did. Threw it out without taking a look first.
Yakupov has it go right by him as the penalty is over. Potter keeps it in. Parann, wrist shot up high on Smith. Ryan Smith looking for the rebound. Keith Yandel out of the penalty box. Leads the charge for the Coyotes. Yandel waits, lets a shot go. It went off the stick of Corey Potter and up into the netting. Well, our next score and win winner, courtesy of Safeway and Ocean Spray. He's going to make for the double power play. Coyotes 20.
Were good. They were executing. They were getting the puck moved around. They were getting shots to the net. And again, I keep going back to it, but it seems like they want to set up shot before they shoot it. And the shot has to come out of instinct. It has to come off the one-time position. Mike Smith right now is seeing everything. If he's going to get out and be able to cut down the angle on the shot, he's going to make the save. And easy to save from up here, Kevin. I know from the angle down the ice, but I do believe the Oilers have to start having that shoot-first mentality when the puck is coming to them, not once they get it. Jordan Eberle sees that pass from Hall go by him, but Potter keeps it in. Eberle delivers to Hall on the near side. Nugent Hopkins behind the net. Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Eberle around the boards to Hall. Back up top. Marincin throws it off the end boards. It sits behind the net. Schlemko is there. He'll give it to Doan, and Doan will get it out to center. Marincin, though, brings it right back in. His pass for Eberle doesn't work, and Doan's got an opportunity now. Doan to Schlemko. Schlemko, hard pass for Bogner. He tips it in. The Coyotes want to get fresh bodies on the ice, and they do. Hendricks, Gordon, and Jones up front now for the Oilers. Matt Hendricks brings it in, takes a hit from McCulloch, shakes that. Hendricks throws it towards the net, and a glove save by Mike Smith.
Luxury performance.
And that is on the goal by David Parann.
19th of the year, team leading goal by David Parann. And again, out there in the man advantage afterwards, leading goal by David Parann. And again, out there in the man advantage afterwards, trying to find a way to get something going on the power play. 0-5 Edmonton is leading goal by David Parann. And again, out there in the man advantage afterwards, trying to find a way to get something going on the power play. 0-5 Edmonton is in this game against Phenex. So many options for Parann. Again, out there in the man advantage afterwards, trying to find the net.
Right the end. Arcabello will take this draw. Joensuu and Yakupov throws it towards Brizgala. And Ilya's going to hang on to it with Halpern driving the net.
Good job there by Belloff to protect the goaltender. As helper in the Cajun veteran goes in there trying to stir the pot a little bit.
The Coyotes 2-4-4 in their last 10 on the road. And Halpern to make things a little bit difficult, but as you mentioned, Beloff just sheds them.
This is the straight on.
And that from Vervada. He gets knocked down. Jones carries on. He's got Petrie with him. Hendricks following up.
Hendricks following up. Next goal wins. Here's to the hole. Oh, he denies.
Ladine Vervada. To Tim Kennedy. Yandel joining the rush. It's Hansel brings it across the line. Hansel goes cross ice. Gordon is there defensively. Hendricks delivers to Petrie. 13-35 to go here in the third period.
30 left to go in the first overtime.
Potter off the boards for Hendricks. Tips it in. His shift is over. Smith to McCullough. McCullough on offside pass for Kopakowski. Burnett and Blacker are his line mates. Burnett beats to the puck there. And Justin Schultz who gets it up and will throw it right back in. The Coyotes last win on the road was December the 21st when they were in Ottawa. Oh, swings around the boards. Gagne on the intercept. Derek Lewis gets it back in. Mikhail Bonner, who opened the score. They're backhanded in for the net. And Kopakowski picked up the assist 14-17 in the first period. The time of the opening goal. Long check by Vermont. Easy save of Isabella. To Kennedy. Check by Maritza. And the puck picked up by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. He dumps it out, and Yandel retreats back into his own zone. Vermont for Hansel. Hansel trying to make a move around Hall. He brings down Hall. Play continues. Corey Potter in there, along with Everly. Everly gets him in.
And the shot dies!
Finished off. He dumps it out, and Yandel retreats back into his own zone. For Hansel.
Everly for Hansel. Everly shoots. Denies! By Jordan Everly! He's had a chance to win it. Hall will try to win it. Here is Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. No! He does not!
Out of the face shift, but it has been
Having a night.
It is their fifth with 35.8 seconds to 25. And now the game is out of his hands. He is on the bench. Boyd Gordon will line up with his face-off. Scored by Parann.
12:04 left to go in overtime.
Antoine Burnett, Phoenix Blue Line. Dave Tippett to feed Point Larson. Flips it high. The ring is high in the air. To Ekman Larson.
Ekman Larson trying to win it. Here's Gordon Everly with Taylor Hall. Justin Schultz.
In there as well. The puck comes free. Oliver
Hopkins comes through. Here is Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
Sit around the board.
Here's Jordan Everly. Celebrating. And he didn't get it.
Still wants an explanation.
He still wants that.
But the final
with 11:40 left to go in overtime.
The Oilers 3. The Oilers have now lost 6 straight. Pasky, and his shot is
his shot. There's Jordan Everly.
Gives it to Pasky.
Gets it to
His shot is stopped by Justin Schultz.
Everly for Justin Schultz. Schultz is going to win it. Here is Justin Schultz for the victory. Schultz shoots. He denies. And with 1:04 left to go.
And his shot is
Taylor Hall going to win this.
Sit around the board.
Sits around the board.
Dumps it in. A bounce it.
Dumps it in. Here's Hall. Hall sends it. He scores! and it will be a Game 6 at Johnny.com Arena.
And the Oilers, Taylor Hall,
Still lost right to the elimination.
Taylor Hall for lead. Coyotes 4, the Oilers 3.
The final score, Oilers 3, Coyotes 2 in overtime.
As to why there was no icing. Taylor Hall will be back still wants an explanation as to why there was no icing. But the final score,
Hockey night in Canada.
Coyotes 4, the Oilers 3. The Oilers have now lost 6 games in a row.